Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 149 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of October 24th, 2020. We're very close to Spook Day, everybody.
Hey.
I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have my engineers Jacob Durbin and Nick Christensen, and our fireman Jared Cole.
Hey.
What's up?
Returning for their annual appearance is Pester.
Hello.
Welcome
Things
back.
have changed since the last time, but hello.
Things have changed. But you're still the same old person we knew, of course.
Yes, I'm still a train nerd.
Exactly. Nerd. Where did the thing go? Oh, I think I might have broken my stream. Not the one for the podcast, but before anything else breaks, the train will terminate at the station.
In a world of near automata where I don't even know the plot to the game.
I have heard people talk about this game, but I know absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah, I think I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it.
All I know is that it's good.
They get Near Automata? Yeah. I don't know. I've never played it.
Yeah, we're watching Marine Trooper play Near Automata because apparently no other streams would work. So thank you, Marine Trooper.
Very cool.
I would like to call the people out that we're watching, because I appreciate the service of letting us stalk them while they're gaming. And I think I misspelled that, but I will correct it later. Wait. Oh, it's a capital R for some reason. Oh, it's bugging out. Whatever. Alright. This is the Terminus podcast. As you guys know, we start from the top with the crashes of these past few weeks.
Right into the excitement.
Starting with a awesome video of a CSX train just demolishing the cab of a tractor trailer on October 10th.
Yo, I gotta see that.
It's pretty funny, actually. It's funny because nobody got hurt, but the train hits the tractor trailer and it just rips the cab away and the trailer doesn't even move. No, I'm not still there, dude. Stop. I moved on. Hold on, let me just let me just clear this up with this person. Oh no, wrong button. God damn it. Wrong. I hit watch game out of habit.
Get out of the truck!
Yeah, hold on. Send message.
Oh gosh.
And no, it's not letting me work. It's not letting me do it. Just because of the way my window is shaped, I can't pop out the conversation window. It has to be in the other window. This is unhelpful. Anyway, the very next day, CSX crashed again. They're back to their own ways. I think they're relapsing. A CSX train derailed in Gwinnett County on Sunday morning due to heavy rain and storms. 38 rail cars went off the tracks. It sparked a fire involving... Jesus, what's that? Potentially hazardous materials. 2 workers were able to escape the wreckage. It was a 170-car train. Again, only 38 cars derailed, but they had to evacuate homes around the site at 2 in the morning, which, that's fun. Anyway. The following day, Union Pacific injured someone. Didn't kill someone, thankfully, but we got an article about it, so I figured I'd throw it in. Somebody fell off a rail car. Fell off a tank car, I think. And...
Oh, those bitches are easy to fall off of.
And, yeah. So, I don't remember where I heard tank car, but I don't know, it just stuck in my head. Incident happened around 7 p.m. Sunday night on I-35 near mile marker 12. Paramedics arrived and discovered a 26-year-old Union Pacific employee who had fallen off his rail car and suffered a leg injury. They needed to use a utility terrain vehicle to reach the man. He had no other injuries and was taken to a doctor's hospital. So, I don't know exactly what happened. Details are a little scant. I assume he fell off, well, something happened, I don't know, and busted his leg. I don't know. The following day, CSX did another one. This time they just killed somebody. They fatally injured an employee. They didn't release his name. They didn't release how. It was just while shunting. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. And if I scroll down...
Well, fall coming in, it's probably wetter, so... Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody slipped, I don't know, hit slightly by the train. Anyway, next up is CP, who derailed a coal train north of Edgewater. 17 cars went off the tracks, 2 more flips, spilling into the Columbia River on October 10th. Oh, this actually it happened 6 days before the article came out, so let me fix that. Yeah, occurred near midnight, so that's an environmental disaster. But they're doing mitigation measures. The rail line was reopened 2 days following. Now they're doing an investigation. Okay, so what happened after that? On the 18th, NS started with their brief spate of derailments. Actually, this wasn't a derailment. They had an engine catch on fire. Train engine caught fire and stopped east of Stowe Road in Hudson, Ohio. The Hudson Fire Department, along with the Valley Fire District, responded to the fire was put out. I don't know, it's just kind of freaky to look at the fire inside the engine. It's not supposed to be like that, for those who don't know. And then...
This isn't a steam locomotive.
Yeah. And then I believe there were 2 incidents, but we only have a video of one, or, post, aftermath of one. This was on October 21st. I don't know all the details here, but they hit a truck. We don't have video of, we just have video of the wreckage. Now, the important takeaway here is, Canadian Pacific had the mantle of responsibility, and now they do not. In fact, the Class 1 mantle of responsibility, which for those who do not know, because we usually never cover it, because it usually solely belongs to KCS, will pass on to the railroad that has derailed or, crashed or whatever, least recently. In this case, that falls to somebody who has maybe never held it before during the course of the podcast, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, who last had an accident on September 6th. So
they totally have had to have the mantle of responsibility before.
I don't know, KCS hoards it.
Also, I would just like to bring to the attention, CSX hasn't derailed lately, have they?
I don't...
Sure they had the truck thing.
Well, no, the second one was a derailment.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, I mean, it was because of the storm, but it was still a derailment.
No, that is still a derailment.
Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Playing with the trains.
They did have to evacuate a bunch of people, so that's unfortunate. But
yeah, that's a major incident.
Mother Nature, I'm excited to see Metro light their switches on fire for the snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys don't have switch heaters?
No, they have switch fires.
No, we have switch fires. Yeah. I saw a video of that the other day, and I was just like, "Dude, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be cool."
And Boston has a jet engine strapped to a trolley car.
But it's not gonna be cool to go and see that because it's gonna be cold as hell.
It will be cool though.
It will be cool.
It'd be true.
Yeah. I gotta say, so have you been doing any rail fanning since you've moved? Did we cover that you moved to Chicago?
No. So yeah, a lot has happened since I've even been words. A lot has happened since I've even been on the podcast. I don't live in California anymore. Hello, Chicago. I'm here in Illinois. Life is good, and it's happened quick, man. Every day it hits me at some point where I'm just like,
what is that noise? Hold on.
Look at what's happening. I love where I'm at. I love how we're doing. I love what's going on. I'm working again, so that's good.
Oh, that's great.
Welcome to the
What is that
workforce,
noise?
my friend.
Yeah.
What is that noise? I don't know what this noise is. It's like a ringing. I don't know what it is. Is someone
it your
trying to call
ear?
me on Steam?
Alright. Ellis, are you getting old?
No, it's not. It's not that
Your
kind of
ears
ringing.
ringing? Are you sure?
No.
Oh,
So, like, with me being in Chicago, I really don't have to go far to see trains at all. I can walk down the street and get on the L train. That's pretty neat. And then I see Metro all the time with their lovely F40s. I hear it all the time. I know already where there's quite a few rail yards and like a big interchange outside of O'Hare. That's a pretty neat place to catch some action.
mm-hmm.
Nice.
But this is all just stuff I've seen driving around, walking around my neighborhood, and just exploring the place. I haven't actually spent time to go and sit trackside.
I mean,
Sounds pretty cool.
you still saw a lot. You still get a lot, though.
I still get a lot.
I
mean,
got
just-
a couple cool snaps from you from the train.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the video when it was sparking?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, man. If I post that, could we show them?
I don't. If you can put it up on Discord, maybe. I don't know how else I would.
Let me try this. Experiment time. Here's the video.
So I've got some real life stuff as well, which is unusual for me.
Yeah, you've been getting Woda quota, haven't you?
I tried Woda quota once. I tried to catch Woda once with Gloria, and it never showed. I assume it had work in. I learned later that it does work in Cranston Yard, so sometimes it doesn't come south of Cranston for a while. And then O'Gillies had messaged me because he's on top of all this stuff. I have to give him massive props all the time. He's my eye in the sky. Absolutely, like I wrote him like a paragraph of like, "Dude, you're the best," and he was like, "Are you okay?" But I was like, I have to express my appreciation for what's going on right now, and the fact that you've just been like committed to this for no like personal gain at all. You're just like answering my every question. But
yeah, he's really good at that.
yeah, and so he just randomly hit me up one night and was like, "Hey, Woda's coming, and it's 83 cars." And I was like, "Hello?" And so I walked out to the living room, and Gianna was sitting there, and I went, "Hey, you want to go see Woda?" She's like, "When?" I was like, "Right now." It's like, "Yeah." So I hopped in the car, and we went down to Valley Falls. We saw it go under the bridge that we were at when we railfanned the P&W.
Yeah.
And then we went down and caught it at a bunch more places, and then eventually in Cranston Yard. I just sort of watched it pull in, but it was at like 11:30, and I had to go to bed. I had work the next day.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then shortly thereafter,
So you
what?
now that was running along the Northeast Corridor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Gosh.
It does.
So did you see any Acellas too?
I saw. Yes, actually, we did see a meet between Woda and a regional at Providence Yard.
What's Woda?
that's cool.
Sorry. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm here. It's like, what's Woda?
My man,
Maybe
I'm so
explain it.
sorry. Okay.
Fill this man.
Woda,
her-
no,
fill her
I'm
in.
glad we have somebody who doesn't know what I'm talking about because I'm sure some of the audience doesn't either.
Yeah.
Thanks
Woda
for the confusion.
is a Providence and Worcester train, WODA, which is Worcester to Davisville. So that's where Woda comes from. Those two towns.
Okay.
And it runs.
WO.
Yeah, WO for
D-
Worcester, and then DA for
Worcester.
Davisville. And then it runs every night, and it leaves Worcester at like 9 o'clock. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, allegedly.
Supposedly.
Thereabouts.
Yes, that makes sense.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and it it runs through my neck of the woods. So if I'm going to Railfan, because everything else the province of Worcester does is in the morning, if I'm gonna catch a freight train ever, it has to be that one basically.
So
Okay.
it's just WODAs? That's the name of that train, right? There's no like MWODA.
No,
I'm
it's
pretty
just
That's the
WODA.
name of it.
Interesting.
And then in the morning,
Because their naming system is very much like Union Pacific. Without where you'll see Union Pacific, let's say MNPRV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a manifest from Roseville, or no, sorry, North Platte, MNPRV, North Platte to Roseville.
Mhm.
And the M is identifying what kind of train it is.
Yeah.
And so like intermodal trains will be like ZI trains. So I was just kind of curious to see if they did anything like that.
No.
No.
I don't think most G&W roads do that. I know we don't on the P&W.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perhaps because
PW.
they don't have many trains to worry about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's
Yeah.
like this is the one train that does this, and then in the morning it turns around and it's Dowa, or sorry, it's Dawo.
Wado.
Dawo. It's Dawo.
Dawa.
Yeah. Davisville to Worcester. And that sometimes
sounds
will
like
come
something a
through-
furry would say.
Yeah. If WODA ends up being a difficult to run train, that will sometimes come through in daylight, but I will miss it because I'm at work. Unless it's a Saturday. Actually, that's an interesting
Today
thought.
is Saturday.
That is an interesting thought, because WODA runs on weeknights, I think including Friday night. So that means Dawo would be running during the day on Saturdays if it's a later one. That's interesting. I might have to talk
We'll
to
get your
Julius about
We fix it. Yeah.
Probably could talk to Julie's and be like, "Is this possible?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen pictures of it running back in the daytime. I just never put two and two together. But
Yeah.
But the hallmark, or not the hallmark, the highlight of my rail fanning career lately was the following. On the end of a trip that Gloria and I took to North Adams, just to get away for a little while, we decided that on the way back, we would catch a train coming out of the Hoosick Tunnel. Well, she wanted to see the tunnel, and I was like, I have an idea. And she also had previously asked me if she could chase a train with me. I said, sure, I just don't normally do that. And so I was like, okay, there's a train that runs pretty regularly. It's 22K. We saw it when we were on Operation Gemini. And that runs out of the tunnel going east across Massachusetts. And so I figured, what better thing to do than get to the tunnel, see that train come out of the tunnel, and then chase it. Not right.
Going down. Yeah.
I like where that's going.
And then chase it as far east as I feel like going before I get tired and just get on the highway and go home.
Yep.
I
used to chase trains down from Newcastle like that.
That was some of the most fun I've ever done. Because it's Pan Am, for now. They cruise at 25. There are not a lot of places where the speed limit isn't 25, which is garbage, and we can get on Pan Am for that another time. But for trying to pace this train going on back county roads, which was easy because of the right of ways, like right alongside roads for so much of the distance.
It also made it easy because I'm sure the speed limit's probably like 30.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was the middle of the night too, so nobody was there. But we were just like cruising with the windows down and just like sitting right up next to the cab of, whatever it was. Julius did write me the engines that were on the head of it. But let's see if I can go back to that.
Oh, but you guys were like cruising next to it?
We were right next to it.
Were they the Pan Am F units?
No, they were not. It's a Pan Am Southern train. It's an NS train that's it's 22K. So it runs with NS power basically all the time. Head of the train was an SD70 Ace. and it's 1175. I just went.
I remember chasing Amtrak trains at like 80 down Roosevelt Road.
I can kind of chase via trains. I can chase them going west out of the city because they got to go through urban area, and so they got to take their time. But the via station in Ottawa is pretty much just right near the east end of town. So pretty much the via trains go over the CN junction, which the CN trains only run like in the middle of the night, and they're all Montreal crews, sadly. So there's barely anyone who actually works for CN in Ottawa. But basically they go over two junctions, one off of a branch line that doesn't exist anymore, and another on merged CN line, and then instantly they pass a speed post which is marked 100.
Oh god.
Is that,
so then the V engineers put those authorities up to 110 because they don't care.
Oh boy!
Holy cow!
So you can't even chase this thing on the highway because you'd be going 170 kilometers an hour on the highway, which is 70 over the speed limit, just to keep up with these Via trains. Because they just gun it.
You're right. You're not kidding, dude. Via hauls ass.
Via on the corridor does not care about.
Metro does too, though. Metro does too. I mean, it's not like Via fast, but Metro. Dude, within the city limits, Metro hauls ass.
Yeah.
Basically, in 90 zones, Via's go.
It scared the shit out of me the first time it happened to me. So I was just kind of like sitting under a traffic light under the railroad bridge. Metro train zips over and it's like under the bridge, and we're like, "What the fuck was that?"
Metro.
It's Metro hauling through.
Metro.
The things you two have in common. F-40s and the Great Lakes.
Hey!
Via is just... I want to know what type of cocaine they're on, because holy crap.
The Canadian kind?
I want to go see Via.
Yeah.
See Via, I want to... Seriously. Okay, I'll come out to Chicago, and let's take like a weekend or whatever. Get on... Well, wait, can't do that because the border's closed. But get on the International, I think. Go to Toronto, go rail fan around there, go see Pester, and then come back on a weekend.
You don't really have the International now. You have the Amtrak Wolverine, I think, from Chicago to
Detroit
to Port Huron. Then you cross the river, and then you catch a Via train in Sarnia.
Oh, okay.
CN doesn't allow passenger trains in the tunnels.
Yeah, but the borders are closed.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you'll plan now and wait a year. Or,
Thanks,
I don't know how
Orange
long.
Man.
Yeah.
You're great.
Anyway, yeah, let's talk about some of the other stuff. Has anyone else done any real stuff? Because I know we want to talk about the Mega Route.
Well...
Shit ton of... Oh, wait, no, hang on. Done a shit ton of modeling, but real stuff... Really, other than the stuff that goes past Train Club, which is just NS and the CSX once in a while, I haven't really done any, like, no fanning or the hawking in a while. But
I have. Like, I've kind of... Just because I had to do it. You gotta do it. If you move to Chicago, you gotta ride the L. Right? So I got on at the end of my Brown line, right here at Kimball.
Wow.
I rode it all the way into the loop, all the way around it, like all downtown, famous Chicago down there.
Yeah.
And all the way back. You had to do it. And being that, like, I'm going to be honest. This is the second time I've ever remembered being to Chicago. I've been to Chicago 3 times in my life. The first time I was a little baby, and I don't remember it whatsoever. So I am a noob to Chicago. Like, and I loved it. It's pretty. It's really cool.
I hope that never wears off, man. I enjoyed Chicago while I was there. I was just showing the viewers the video of the L Sparkin.
Oh, nice. There's something about it, man.
I mean,
I've been applying to railway. No,
sorry.
I've been applying to railway jobs, but they're only hiring people in the town that they're working them in right now because of Corona up here. So, like, basically, they don't want people going from town to town moving.
Oh,
that's fair.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying because I just like want work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got tired of California.
Oh
Yeah.
So you became every other Californian.
Yeah.
Too many highways. Time to leave.
Yeah.
We've seen it before where somebody painted. You know what people will paint just married on their rear window?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This particular family decided another Californian family fleeing for their life.
Yeah.
My God.
No, it do be like that.
The wildfires right on their heels.
It do. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, also,
It do
all
be
of
like
Colorado is on fire. Wybolt's not here to talk about that because he is being burned to a crisp currently.
Oh, fun.
Oh.
No, he's fine. He has to deal with Lucy today, so I'm honestly not sure if that's better or worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta get some water. I'll be right back.
you get some water.
Yeah, sadly, I gotta apply for class 1s in other cities because my city short line is the Gatineau and Quebec Railway. So they switch in French.
Oh, you need to speak
French.
French?
And then French.
Yeah, you need to speak French to work for them.
Oh my God.
So then, and same with working with CN in Montreal. CP doesn't care, but in CN, yeah, you need to speak French.
F.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
So I guess that does make some sense.
Mm-hmm. But basically, in Montreal, there's 2 Montreal yards. There's 2 divisions for CN in Montreal.
Yeah.
Basically, 1 yard's English, 1 yard's French, and there's a soft seniority line basically for CN, where it's basically one side. If you speak French, your seniority's valid, but if you don't speak French, they're going to ignore your seniority.
Wow.
Yep. Like it'll still transfer over into Quebec,
Yeah.
but they just don't care They just don't care unless you speak French.
Wow.
And like fluent French, not just enough to switch. No, like completely.
Parlez-vous français,
Wow.
Their TV is back.
So as a response to this, I applied for CP in Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
Blunder Bay.
Bonjour.
I wanted to.
La baguette.
Hey, Hamilton. Oh wait, I wanted to hear from Jader before we talk about the Mega Route.
Yeah. I haven't really done too much real stuff. I haven't been to Hocking Valley in a while because of school, and then really the only real stuff I've seen is just the stuff that passes Train Club. But I did see something kind of cool when I was when I went to go vote yesterday. So voting places in Newark. Newark is home to an Ohio Central yard. And the voting place wasn't too far from there, so I figured, okay, I'll go, and on my way home, I'll just drive in that general direction and see if I could see anything. Well, one of the locals that runs out of there wasn't running that day, and I put it's not my photo, but anyway, that's not my photo, but saw this engine, the 4027, which is the only, I think, out of 3 Ohio Central tunnel motors that were here.
Sorry.
The other 2, I don't know what happened to them. They're gone, I guess. But this is the only one left, and I saw this and another G&W ST40, I think, sitting in Newark Yard waiting to go to Columbus. I didn't think to stick around or anything because I had stuff to do here. But if I had more time, I definitely would have stuck around and try to see him leave or something. Because the Ohio Central it's so cool, but at least in this area, it's so elusive because they only run once a day, and that's it.
Oh, I know that feeling.
They have Total Motors.
Looking at you, Wham Valley, with your twice-a-week trains. Yeah.
Well, Total Motor is singular. The other 2, I'm not sure what happened. I think they were gone before G&W took over. 12 years ago, I think.
Okay.
I like how Ohio Central says it has the big OC on the front. It's like, is this Ohio Central or is this original content?
Original Ohio Central.
Or if it's in the train series, it's the original character.
Original character.
Technically, it is original content because it's a short line.
Yeah.
Somebody posted me a picture of three engines that were named.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
What chat was that in? What chat was that in?
I was in. They were green or fake model railroading.
Oh, you know what? I think it might have been fake model railroading.
Yeah, it probably was.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
That was before the super speed craziness happened.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't in there. It was was it in there with green? Now I'm just scrolling for my life. I thought it was today.
I knew it was today.
All right, let me scroll up in a different group. Nope, not in there. What? I'm losing my mind over this now. For like
I am too.
Throwaway moment. I'm not. Oh, there it is. It was in fan chat.
Okay.
It was just a 3 locomotives for the BTC. It looks like an RS3 named Sam.
Yeah.
A Jeep named Nick, and an F7 named Cole. And it's like,
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of trains, right?
Yeah.
Transmodal railroading. Let's talk about the mega route.
Yeah,
last time I don't think we started it.
No.
Last episode was.
I think we were talking that it was about to come out publicly. The beta anyway for it.
Yeah, last episode was 3 weeks ago.
Or either that or it was Caban and I on a different route, just playing around with MPS.
MPS has been awesome.
Yeah, but it's officially come out in beta form. Anyway. And it is fantastic.
It's amazing, dude. It really is. I've been having such a blast building with everybody. And Milky, you can go ahead too.
Oh, I'm going to post pictures.
Okay, yeah. I've got the map pulled up because we are building a massive collaborative route.
Yeah.
I'm going to go around the horn.
Massive.
I don't have the most updated map, but
nor the final map.
No, obviously.
How big is this chunky boy?
It's empty. It is only just begun.
It is only just begun.
But
there's so much to look forward to with this. It's going to be awesome.
We started from a central city called Geiger, not to be confused with Geiger City from the Geiger Mountains Railroad. But
that's what it's honoring.
It's what it's honoring, but it isn't the same city. I had this I had to who was I explaining this to? I think
that was probably me.
I was explaining it to somebody, and I was like, so the Geiger... No, I was explaining it to Matt, is what I was, because he's been helping me do stuff for Tolbrand. And I was like, the Geiger City that's in Tolbrand is the same one from the Geiger Mountains Railroad, because it is the same Geiger Mountains Railroad, just sort of reimagined. This is the city of Geiger, which is different. And we started with that, and then we branched out, and Dean has this line that goes down here. Dean has the purple line. Weibel has the cyan line. Milky has this orange line, and Carney...
Sounds like we're talking about subway systems.
Yeah, he's being paralleled by TBA now, which I don't have on this map. This brown line is Tyler, a.k.a. the 2-foot Messiah. This red line is O'Gillies. The light gray next to it is Chris. This blue line is Kavan. This is actually a gray line with trackage rights from Black. I'm Black. The gray line is Israel. The green line is Jader. And this white line down here is Graham.
Where did you post the map?
Let me drop this in so that you can see it.
Yeah.
Everyone's DMing me at this time. Why?
There's
oh my gosh.
And so we're doing this route planning in Minecraft, and when you get one segment done, you get to add more to the map. And we have all these rivers and highways and roads marked out and biomes.
So how big is the main city?
Big.
Yeah.
Chunky boy.
Big enough.
I kind of have a question though regarding. Am I free to just kind of put railroad crossings wherever?
I mean, yeah, you can put in smaller roads that aren't on the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we just have to maintain all those major roads.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna show some pictures of what Milky's been working on here.
I don't have much scenery done. I've just been doing a lot of track work lately.
I have a fair bit of scenery done. Thank you, Auto Clicker. This podcast sponsored by Auto Clicker. You're the real MVP here because otherwise I would place thousands of trees by hand, and no.
So, are you playing? Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Auto Clicker makes things. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just rapid fire trees over a whole landscape in seconds. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's no tree brush?
No, and there's no copy paste either.
Yeah, and everybody's favorite, the copy paste needs to be a thing. I think that's a pretty important tool, especially when it comes to scenery like trees and forests.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're getting to it. I think I might know why there's a problem, or I have a guess.
Yeah.
Because I bet you they don't know how to plan. They don't know how to deal with the clipboard when multiple people are trying to use it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the
Wait, so more than one person can work on the map at once?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how trains
we
a new
can
era
have,
works.
We can have. It isn't even a new era. It's 2019.
It's 2019.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. It looks so. It's so,
Shame.
It's so clean. I just remember New Era looking like the cleanest thing ever, and then
Yeah.
2018 kind of like trash.
2019 is better in every way.
Yeah, it is.
2019 is way better. I even stated today when I was just kind of driving a train along my main line once I got it all laid out, I was all, damn, this feels good.
Yeah.
So is there like a server you operate on?
Mm-hmm.
No, MB3 has the servers.
They host the servers, and the Trains Plus is all you need to play MPS right now. It is a monthly subscription. It's
Or you can just pay for a year.
Or you can just pay for a year, yeah.
If you want someone to run the intercity passenger train to annoy you when you're trying to switch on the main line, I can do it.
No, of course, there's the shenanigans will always happen.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason we crashed it 4 times today.
You guys didn't just
Sounds like
crash
a
it.
Gmod server.
You guys didn't just crash it. You broke it. You guys
Oh, no,
broke MPS
I
so
didn't do
bad.
that.
Wait, no,
I didn't do that. That wasn't my fault.
Okay.
That was me. I think.
But I
It's like-
think
Well, traders.
I did need to have a restart today because what happened with the track I was working on, and like I couldn't delete it, I couldn't move it, I couldn't do nothing with it.
That happened to me a week or so ago.
Then the server restarted and it was all good.
That's usually how it goes.
Well, what happened for Jader was it broke the server, and then N3V took down all of MPS because it was a bug that they could not figure out.
We broke it so hard.
That was you guys.
Yeah.
That was
So what's your big cities?
Geiger is the biggest one right now.
Geiger is
we don't
the biggest.
we don't have any others currently built, to my knowledge.
Like a New York-esque city, so you can have like your main passenger corridor between the two,
Yeah.
Ellis,
and make your life hell trying to switch on.
Ellis, we should have an L train.
I mean, if you want to try building that in Geiger, go for it. Like,
Do
we just
it.
need the assets.
Yeah.
We just need the. Yeah.
I mean, I would talk to Mason and TJ about that.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying, because they're the ones that are working in the city. And of course, Kevon, because, as I've said 100 times, Kevon's in charge of, like, the actual building effort. I'm just in charge of making sure everything's consistent across the map.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a really neat project.
It is a really, really cool project, and I love to just see... I love to see the people coming together. One of my favorite things so far was... myself not having Trains Plus yet and needing to upgrade my computer first anyway, I I was like, okay, I'm not going to run into Geiger. I'm going to run into one of the like towns that somebody else is going to build later. So I've got some time. And so then I ended up connecting 2 other towns, which, if I pull up the picture again, I'm the black line in the back, which goes from this town with an E to the other town with an E. And that gray line that runs into Geiger, that has the black dots on it, that's East's track, like I mentioned previously. Now, I have trackage rights along his track to get into Geiger, if I so please. And to trade him, what I ended up doing was giving him trackage rights up to whatever that town is of Kavan's right there. And I'm going to
so you're all a bunch of private railways.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll also be giving him trackage rights into Burlington, which is Julius' town when I get to it. So, yeah.
Are custom assets allowed? I just remember multiplayer trains only being base game assets and only being American ones back in the day.
It is, mostly. But a lot of the built-in stuff now is such nice... It is good quality content now. It's mainly...
But by all means, you can do a lot of good stuff with it.
Yeah. They're being very picky with what assets they bring in because they want to make sure everything works.
Yeah.
And you can request, like, you can send them content that you want in.
Yep.
So they will...
Like, we've done that.
Yeah.
Dude, and think of everybody else that's doing that too.
God.
Well, what they probably do is they probably have an algorithm that groups all the emails together or whatever they send in together. So a bunch of people want this, a bunch of people want that. Whenever they get one that gets high enough, they pick it and go, kind of thing. So they probably don't actually look at every single individual email. They probably just rely off a tagline.
I mean, I don't know, because I've heard of them like actually interacting with us.
Yeah, they
like
do.
They're pretty close and out in touch with their users.
Yeah, no, they're they did a complete 180 from not really talking and communicating to now you can
we went from Trains 2012 to Tane to this. Like, whew.
And to speak to how much they're interacting with community right now, they were like communicating with Kavan when we broke MPS so that they could try to figure out what we did, and like they were trying to get onto our server to replicate the bugs and just see what had gone awry.
And they wound up making a pack just for it.
Yeah.
So
I'll ask again: is there a toaster?
Engaged and involved.
Is there a toaster?
Where's my AEM-7?
Oh.
I think the toasters...
I like them. They're pretty and fast.
You know what's funny? We'll be able to talk about the toasters in the news.
yeah.
We have toasters in the news again. Anyway.
I'm always a big fan of electric, and sadly there's not many North American electrics, so most of my interest has been drawn overseas with European. I actually have French electric models now. So, but it's just been like, I always like it whenever it's like, hey, American Electric, and I just get super excited because it's just like, finally, something I could talk about.
Caltrans would like to know your location.
Yep.
Metro would like to know your location.
I remember voting in when they were picking the paint scheme for their MUs.
I remember that as well. Yeah.
I remember that as well, and then I actually saw their paint scheme.
Yeah. Didn't we see one under construction at Stadler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a few of them, and we actually went inside one while we were there.
Hot.
Well, actually, no, we went inside a few of them, but there was one that was open for tours.
Yeah, there was one that was almost done.
I've seen photos. They're really nice.
They are really,
really
nice.
Are.
And nothing but respect for Stadler, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd
like to get into railway logistic jobs. Those would be fun.
Everybody is that it's just so clean. Like on anything.
Their roller seat was fantastic, and I want to have that at the museum. Yeah.
Am I okay to talk about something quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
I am one of the people who managed to make sure we'd be getting a Rapido turboliner.
Oh God, awesome!
I love high-speed engines like that. They're so cool.
The turboliner.
Yeah, so I got one.
Nice.
And I ordered an extra coach to recreate the 6-car consists.
Awesome.
Nice. I feel like your wallet is like, dude,
Crying.
why?
Actually, no. I've been really good over time just making sure to save money that I just have so much savings. Getting unemployed into Corona was not a problem for me.
Nice.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else to cover in this section? I know, Jader, you didn't talk about your model raretisms.
Yeah. So last time I was here, I talked about how I would be, myself, one of my friends, and sort of a mentor to both of us would be leading a kit building clinic at my train club. I think the following weekend from whenever we talked about it. We did that, and it went really well.
Oh.
It was kind of disorganized because what I originally had planned was, okay, we have the kits, and we'll all kind of move at the same pace. But I stepped out for a second just to kind of mentally prepare myself before we got started, and everybody already had their kits, and they were just ready to dive in and start building, which was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then what was there? There was two of our junior members, but they've been around for like as long as I've been in the club, so about 4 or 5 years. And then a newer guy and his daughter, and then the three of us leading the thing. And it was fun. Everybody had a good time. We all learned a little bit, and everybody felt proud of what they were able to build.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I honestly felt like maybe I should switch from engineering and be like a teacher or something, but
Or you could just
no.
make model railway kit building tutorials on the internet.
Yeah.
There's big bucks
Maybe.
in that.
Yep.
I'll become like not Sam's train. It's like I don't know.
There are whole dollars available.
Whole dollars. Like at least one or two.
Yeah.
At least 3. I put $3.
Take
it or leave it.
So there was that. That went really well. And then went to train club this past Thursday. Nothing too remarkable. Did some switching with Chonker, and one of my friends had a gun car with him. And I posted this in another server I'm in, and I
said, give me all your
it wasn't you.
goddamn-
I know it wasn't you, Pester, but it was I forget one of the other Canadian people in there.
Nicola?
Yeah, it was them. But I think he saw that, or they saw that, and sent the panniers or dicks thing.
Yep.
And I was like, "God damn it,
Panniers or dicks.
that's perfect.
Mhm.
I just need a pannier and a railgun of my own now." I immediately went to start looking on eBay to find
DCC
like,
panniers so you can just bring it to anywhere.
I honestly kind of want a little British thing, for no reason other than I kind of like British stuff.
I think there's actually companies that make HO scale
Corned
panniers
beef.
to get that. Because I know there's a market. It's small, but there's still a market for HO scale British stuff.
Yeah.
And pannier being so common, might be easy to find.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the guys in our club that's mainly what he runs, like British stuff. I think it's all double O scale, but
Yeah.
it works on Joe track. I don't know. Next time I see him, I might ask him about that. I don't know. But yeah, and then I took Chonker out for a run the first time in a while, and the last picture I sent, that was it like I was saying to people like this, it just looks like it belongs doing this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to redesign my layout as well. Trying to come up with a better track plan that makes better use of my space and makes better use of my space and allows me to run my bigger passenger cars and stuff, because right now I can't unless I go to train club. And I mean, that's not really a big thing, but it's like I buy all this stuff, but I can't run it. Other than 1 or 2 nights a week.
Right.
My model railway club's got a whole we have a lot of older guys, and a good number of them are immunocompromised. So we had to say, okay, nope, we're not doing it.
Yep.
We're gonna wait till there's at least these guys are vaccinated to actually start doing trains again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I got to go to the
So-
Museum of Science and Industry.
Hey, did you get to see the Pioneer Sufferer while you were there?
No, I did not. I looked for it, but I never could find it. I don't know
Isn't
what
it in the
happened.
back or something? And it's only
Would have
brought out
come
an
full
exposition.
circle. We would have come full
Yeah, it
circle in
would've.
an hour.
Oh, sorry. We should. Yeah, sorry. It's a chatty evening, I guess.
No, I'm just saying, like, it would have been funny if we'd started and, ended this section of the podcast with the Pioneer Zephyr. Because,
No, trust me, I did look for that, but I just couldn't. I don't know. I didn't see it like on the museum map or anything.
And
But I got to see their 999, the Queen of Speed,
allegedly.
yes. I found it.
allegedly, and also the model railway layout in there.
I need.
Which when I was younger, I had the DVD on that railway, but I've never seen it in person. And when I was there, it took me a moment, and I was like, "Wow, I'm really here. This is really cool."
Yeah, stuff like that's always fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also,
What was being
I
said?
found something great for later.
Oh, no. Alright, well, have we covered everything? Anybody want to finish any thoughts that they were having?
Trains are cool.
Trains are cool.
Train good,
Very much.
car bad, horse chaotic, neutral.
Donuts are yummy.
Planes lawful evil,
Lawful
cars chaotic evil. Because they're still scheduled.
Lawful evil.
Yeah, they're scheduled, but they're evil. Cars is chaotic.
Anyway, alright. That means it's time for the next section. Who wants to do it? Because Wybold and Chris aren't here.
Okay, I'll try.
Go ahead.
Local British.
You know what?
Not bad.
Good try. Good job, Milky.
Welcome, folks, to Locomotive Versus. Tonight, we have the London British Scottish Railways 8F versus the United States Army Corps of Transportation. I think that's it.
Alright,
It is.
Pester's showing me up and I don't
S-160!
appreciate
Rah! Rah!
How dare you? This is my show.
And the crowd goes wild!
Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Alright, let's get pictures of these suckers. Anyway,
One thing
what
I'm glad
he said.
I haven't lost during my transit.
Alright, what she said, sorry.
I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't lose
There
my
we go.
hockey announcer voice.
Yeah.
We'll transition.
We're ready to rumble. Oh, it's these things. Wait,
Oh shit, that's the wrong picture.
it's an 8F.
Just
That's not an 8F at all.
I don't think that's
Okay,
it.
well, I got the fucking War Department 8F, and that came up. So bring Google.
That's an S-160.
Yeah, this is.
Okay,
can we
I
get a
found
picture of
an
the 8F?
actual 8F.
Who's represented the
Hey.
8F? I thought Pester was.
I'll do the 8F.
All right,
I have a
there.
friend who will kill me if I don't
Can you confirm that this is
own
in
the
fact the
London
8F?
Midland Scottish Railways.
Because I remember a previous time where we had done British engines, and there was a huge mix-up, and it was a disaster.
Yeah, we're doing the War Department 8F, not the War Department Austerity, which the main difference is a tapered firebox on the Austerity, while the 8Fs had the bell bear.
Yeah.
It's bell bear.
Hell yeah, bell pair. Standards.
Just want to clarify that so
No,
people
no.
don't get confused.
Standards.
And then they go,
No.
well, that's not right. That's too long. No,
And
I
it,
think the
oh my
element's
god,
long.
imagine if we messed something up in Locomotive Versus on this podcast, it would be completely shameful. No, we take ourselves extraordinarily seriously.
Very serious.
Very
No
serious.
jokes.
Super serious. Anyway,
Super cereal!
Super duper
anyway,
serious.
alright, who do we think should go first?
Um,
The American or the British?
Yeah,
the
I
Where's
say
American.
Legacy goes?
Pester goes first because ladies first, bitches.
Ah, You know what? That's a good point, T-Biz.
I have gained power over. All right, so what do we start with? I forget. This has been a year.
What?
Pester has
You can
escaped
start
the
with
toxic
whatever you want,
masculinity.
dude. Yeah.
I forget which ones are important. Let's go for driver diameter.
That's good.
Okay.
That's a good place to start, I guess.
All right. It is 56 inches. 56.5 inches.
Oh,
Or 1,435 millimeters for the rest of the world.
okay, wait. 57.
Oh my god.
Okay,
America.
Fuck yeah!
Alright.
So the what are they doing? They're doing it 56 inches. We're gonna do 57.
They're doing it
Yeah.
56 and a fraction.
Yeah.
56 and an inch.
Yeah. Alright.
All right.
Jader has the ball now. Jader, you're up.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's stick with while we're here. Okay, boiler pressure.
Ooh, this is always a gamble.
225 psi.
Ooh.
Oh, damn it.
Ooh.
Oh, it's both 225?
Wow. Okay.
They're
Nuts.
both meant to be the same engine.
Okay. Alright, well, that switches it back over then, Pester. Go ahead.
Okay. Attractive effort.
It's okay, hold on.
This one.
32,438 pounds.
Okay.
No. 31,493.
Wow. Close one. Who is currently in the dryer? What was
You
that
do.
noise?
What?
Oh, wait a second.
No, wait.
What happened?
It sounded like you were in the dryer.
My apologies.
Anyway,
I picked these two because they were meant to serve the same purpose.
yeah.
Ah.
I mean, that's a good one. All right,
Yeah.
Pester, you're up again.
Factor of adhesion.
Oh.
Mine is 4.43.
Oof.
God damn it.
Ooh.
4.45.
Oh my god,
Oof.
that is very close. By the way, these engines are so similar that I keep screwing up which picture is which.
You're doing the Lima one, the S160 Liberty, not the Perishing. Okay, sorry, got confused.
You're not
I'm
supposed
like, what?
to be looking
Oh
at
wait,
his
no, I'm
stats.
dumb. I have them both open.
No, you're not supposed to have his open.
Just have yours
Oh,
open.
Yeah. Just
okay,
yours.
sorry.
Cheater.
Okay, what's next?
Pester's up because you won that one. Shoot, sorry.
High pressure pressure cylinder diameter and time stroke. Mine is 18.5 inches by 28 inches.
Okay, 19 by 26.
Ooh.
So, these are stupidly close.
Hold on,
Again,
hold on.
they're
Wait,
basically-
Pester, what was yours?
18.5 by 28.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my tool real quick.
Are we gonna calculate the volume?
Yeah. I have a thing.
Oh my god. Because I know bigger diameter is better for heavy goods, and longer is for bigger wheels or longer strokes.
Yeah, I thought, isn't it bigger wheels mean longer strokes, which means you can go a little bit faster, right? And then
local rail. There it is. I didn't remember what I had named this spreadsheet. Also, somebody broke my conditional formatting on here.
No.
Come on, load. Alright, so it was... Pester, what were yours again?
18.5 times 28.
18.5 by 28. Jader,
What? Sorry.
what were your
Guns
cylinders
up.
again?
19 by 26.
I mean, I think you lose, but let's find out. You do lose, but it's so close.
it's really close.
It is really, really close. Alright. Good job, Pester. Once again.
I didn't expect it to be this close.
Yeah.
It is remarkably close.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I won. So,
So you're up again.
oh, I thought the loser picks the next one.
No,
Winner
always
does.
the winner.
Oh,
Winner
okay.
takes all.
Let's do firebox area. 171 square feet.
Trader.
Okay, I'm learning very quickly that the S-160s suck.
But not by much.
Yeah, Yeah, the 8S were deemed a failure.
Yeah,
Kind of bad.
128.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Keep it rolling.
Wait, does that include your freaking bell pair?
Standards.
Maybe. I don't know.
Injury.
Should it be combined heating service? Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Combined heating
anything's a good
service. Okay.
Yeah.
My combined heating surface is 1,865 square feet.
It's a lot.
2,236.
Wait, what did you say?
Wait, 2,000?
Yeah, what was yours?
1,865.
Yes!
Jader wins.
I suck less.
What was yours, Jader? Just
You get good superheating.
Oh,
Yeah, what's your superheating surface?
215 square feet.
471 square feet.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of superheater.
Wow.
Dude,
John.
that was just an uppercut
Yeah,
right there by the
That was. But you know,
Alright.
know what else is an uppercut? How many were built of them?
Oh,
This point does
boy.
not count
Alright,
since
he's
it was
got-
not
he's
asked
got-
by a
he's-
contender.
He's bringing out the questions.
okay.
Well, the ball doesn't count, but the
It does.
point
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Milky, I've been doing it this way.
Or did you change it?
I've been doing it this. Yeah, you're fine. Leave it as is.
Okay.
So we're doing how many in class?
Number built.
How many were
Yeah, number built.
number built? 700.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Those are, I think, you know what? 700's good, but you know what that is? That's a rookie number.
Oh, no.
2,100.
I forgot
Wow.
these things went to France
Yeah, they did.
and Germany and Spain.
They went
And
everywhere.
Mustache.
yeah.
Of course, mustache.
For the record, and I know this is sort of a new rule, and whoever is like, there's a thing of locomotive versus rules written down somewhere, but I think it may be best to save all like questions that are being asked until after you hit 20 points. That way the ball can still be forced to move that way.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
this is just for everyone now and for the future, because
Mhm.
I saved all my questions for after hitting or after the call to go
Okay.
to style points
Okay.
for later. Pester keeps saying okay, but this doesn't apply to you.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. You're
No,
fine.
it
I
applies more
appreciate you just trying to be
to
compliant.
someone-
People pleaser.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
So whose ball is
I
it?
think, Jader's.
Still Jader's.
Jader's, yeah.
Okay. No.
He's thinking.
Hmm.
He's thinking.
Um, that's that. Okay, what's your engine weight?
Engine weight.
Wait.
Total engine and tender?
No, just engine. Might have made a mistake.
Engine tender load weight on driver?
No.
One below that engine weight.
Yeah.
Or do you not have it?
I don't think I have it.
I will
Oh.
check. I'll ref. Hold on.
Yes, please
Uh,
check.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have. She doesn't have engine weight.
Alright
Yeah.
then. Do you have total engine and tender
Yes,
weight?
I do.
Okay, let's do that then.
Me first?
Yes.
286,944 pounds.
Holy 276,000 even.
Whoa.
Wow.
I would have
That
never
moment when a
believed that the
British thing
S-160
is
is
bigger
lighter.
than an American thing.
Yeah.
The S-160 was designed to go down branch lines.
Yeah, that's
Was
true.
it the 8F though? Or was that more of a mainline?
Looks so slim.
Yeah, is it
But
the
it's not the wheels from Mercedes. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
These things were only surpassed by the 9F.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we get that they're big for Britain, but
They small.
yeah, very small. All right, Jader.
Okay.
Wait, no, I won that one.
No, you were heavier,
Well,
right?
Oh, it was lighter
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, lighter is better.
Oh.
It's just wear and tear on the track.
Mm-hmm.
speaking of track, what's your minimum weight of rail?
60 pounds per yard.
Bamboo.
Should have gone for the freaking
Rail's made of paper.
version
Light
4.
rail.
Yeah.
Okay, boy.
Jader.
All right. How about
How about
okay? Let's do water capacity.
what? 4,808 gallons.
6,500 gallons.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
How does that work?
Bogey tender and 3-axle tender.
Ah.
I guess. It's just your tender
yeah.
still looks bigger than his. I don't know. I can't. All right, Jader.
All right. And then how much coal can you carry?
9.9 tons.
God damn it! 9 tons.
Okay, see that makes sense. Okay, that
Dude, uncool.
look at these two tenders. She had to get one.
Yeah.
Like they're not that different in size. If you had more water.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Pester. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
What to do? What to do?
It's just doing the big thing.
Let's do driver wheelbase.
Oh,
Okay.
looking at these, you might have a shot.
Yeah.
17. Mine is a 17.25 feet.
15.5 feet.
Never mind, I lied. What the heck?
Is that better, shorter?
It's
or
shorter
longer?
is better because you can get around tighter turns.
Again, well, the whole poundage of rail shows that this is a mainline engine.
Yeah, I know. It's just these are what these things excel at, I guess. I mean, you've got legs up in other categories, but you haven't had the chances to exercise them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't even gotten any power computations. Jader.
I probably should go down there.
All right. Yeah. What's your engine wheelbase then?
My what?
Engine wheelbase, or do you have it?
Engine
She does. Last
wheelbase.
time.
25.92 feet.
23.25 feet.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Jader.
Okay. Do you have axle loading?
Axle loading. Maximum weight per axle?
Yeah.
I think that'd be it.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
35,840 pounds.
35,280.
Oh my god, that's close.
Yeah.
Wow.
20 pounds different.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 to 10. There's still 5 points that have to go on the board before we can move off to style points and ask if myself or the other co-hosts have any questions. But, Jader, I don't know if you're running out of good stats here.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Cracks knuckles with malicious intent.
Listen, Pester, I need you to know
Yes?
that if Jader takes this, it will be a remarkable performance for him.
It will be a remarkable comeback.
That is true because, well, you haven't been here in a while. But usually, when I represent something in Locomotive Versus, either it goes usually one of two ways. Either I represent a good engine that someone else had for me, and I fuck it up, or I choose an engine that's garbage and I fuck it up even more.
Let's get the horsepower.
No.
Is that on here?
Yeah,
No.
well, it's power computation.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's uh-oh.
Well,
No.
oh, wait. Well, I'm not done yet. Did all the weights.
Pester, let's do the power stats. Jader, I'm in danger.
Let's do that. Okay, do you have your number of tubes and diameter?
We don't. Hold on.
It's something new because it's the first I've seen.
That's a very particular
Wait, hold on.
stat.
That's in the
Hold
stat
up.
sheet. I gotta see this.
Hold
Yeah, it's in
up.
the heating availability.
What?
I have it.
Hold up. I want to see if other stuff has that.
Tubes.
Oh my god! Wait a minute. Is that just?
Yeah.
Did they just?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to go back to some old stuff and see if it has this. I'm gonna go check something. Or no, Milky,
You too.
Milky,
Should I get my
go
tube
do
stat?
a brief. You two go do a brief survey. We're gonna continue with the Locomotive Versus here. Okay.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah. Old stuff does have it. The SPT1 has it.
Oh, the game has changed, guys.
Oh, yeah.
More stats.
How many tubes you got?
202, and their diameter is 1.75 inches.
Wow.
I made a mistake.
Yes, you did.
What do you have?
150 2-inch tubes.
Oh yeah. She's got you beat there.
No,
Smaller
no,
tubes
hang
are
on.
better.
Oh,
Smaller tubes.
Smaller tubes, and the more of them you have.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be another one of those stats where
dude.
you've got two things going on now, so it's going to be difficult to compute. But I think the thing that we're going to go with is just straight up diameter in most cases, because it means that you're using your space more efficiently.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Dude, like the.
Pester.
All right,
Should
so
I- Should I do flues?
If you want to.
Dude, the T1s have it.
Yes.
Wait, what's the difference between tubes?
I had to check like some Penzi stuff. The T1
Yeah,
has
I've heard
it.
of flues. I just
That's
don't remember
cool.
what they are.
Where's Swybold?
Are they the opposite of fire? Like the water goes in the flues?
No. It's. I cannot tell you what they are, but there's two kinds of boiler. There's a water tube and a fire tube, and you don't have both. So I don't.
Well, one engine did exist that had both.
Okay, that's
and it
true.
failed
If you're the
miraculously,
DNH,
so-
that's
Also the LMS.
Okay, well, they're also weird. They had a
They're
turbine.
very similar.
I need. Is Wyvold online? No. If he was here, I would ping him and have him come in and explain this to us. But, you know what? I'll have to sit down with him and
Yeah.
brace him, because here's the announcement in the middle of Locomotive Versus. Next month, I'm going to start Loco Royale again. Anyway. So.
All right, I'll do something else then.
You can do
So I
what
don't
you
know
can do
bigger is
whatever
better
you
or smaller.
want. We don't have to understand a stat to use it.
Robert Lamassa's power computation. That's the
Well,
way you calculate.
Speaking of stats we don't understand,
Huh? That's how you calculate power for Steam.
sure, according to Robert Lamessina.
6,446.
9,225.
Oh crap!
What are you, American law?
Freedom.
Okay. Same as above. Plus
Tuesday.
superheater percentage.
Did you hear him?
Right.
The next one down. Same as above, but what is it? Same as above, but substitute. Or what is it?
$5 area for great area?
No.
Or
Hold on, Jada. What did you ask?
Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Oh, okay.
7,222.
Oh. You poor soul.
You break 20K.
I know.
11,162.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. It's
All
12
right.
to 6. 2 more points.
I don't know if I'll win that because I have a smaller firebox, so I'll skip that one. Power L1.
10,799.
16,649.
Oh.
Do the firebox one, I dare you.
I'll do that in a minute. Okay, Power MT. Because I don't know if I'll win that one or not.
663.24.
1,048.71.
Oh my god.
This is the difference when you're pulling wagons with bogies and wagons that literally only weigh 10 tons.
Mm-hmm. I got alright, so it's 6 to 14. Pester's down by a lot. Jader's got the ball. We could go to style points here if he so desires.
Well, a couple more questions though. Okay. First, let's do this firebox one.
Okay. Same above substitute firebox area for great area?
Yeah.
43,092.
Yep. I knew this was going to do me in. 34,848.
Wow, that's a difference.
I was going to say, I knew that was the weird one. Like, if you can win all 4 except that one.
Alright. Well, Pester, you
Okay.
got the ball now. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, well.
I didn't do well with evaporative heating surface, right?
You didn't do well with combined heating surface, if I recall.
Okay. Great area.
Great area?
What do you got?
41 square feet.
28.65.
Yeah, I was going to say, with that narrow little firebox at the bottom, I didn't think that was going to work out.
Yeah, I probably should have thought that over.
So yours is more in between the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's on
Which
top.
means it literally can't be wider than 4 feet
Yeah.
and 8.5 inches.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm dumb.
That. I'll do that one. I just have one question. Well, no. Well, yeah, one question, and then we'll go to style points, I guess. Okay, so what is your logo base ID?
I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
1,301.
433.
Oh, well.
I don't know if higher or lower is better.
Lower is
Yeah,
better.
lower.
So you get entered in the
Because-
database first.
Oh. That doesn't mean. I'm calling bull on that one.
It doesn't
it was
mean
kind of-
anything.
It was kind
it's
of
the
bull
most
stat to
worthless
begin with.
stat,
Yeah.
but you know what? It exists.
Forget who made it count first.
I think it might have been me.
What is
We're
number
gonna-
1?
It's a Mikado from the Akron Canton in Youngstown.
Cool.
Yeah. All
I should
the
find it next time.
the lowest numbers, like they started with Mikados. So
Yeah.
a lot of the very low numbers are mics, including I think a couple of Rio Grande Ks are in there
Yeah.
with very low numbers. But anyway, All right, Jader.
I'm sure glad I didn't go for the War Department version 4, because that has 20,600.
That might be the highest
Glad I
I've
didn't
seen.
go for that one.
That might be
And
the highest.
significantly less powerful.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yes, Jader. Continue with the slaughter.
I honestly have nothing else, so let's go to style point.
All right.
Okay. I do have a question.
Yeah, before we do that, do any of the judges, including myself, have any other stats they want to ask?
Okay. How many survived?
Okay, that isn't a stat. That isn't a stat.
Okay,
I
sorry.
mean something
A
on the paper.
lot. I know a lot of these guys survived.
I'll,
So many of them.
I'll back off of that.
These
for
are
now.
going to be impossible to track down, like survivors, etc.
Especially
there's so
Britain,
many of them.
where there's so many steam locomotives still running to this day.
Mhm.
Half of them barely even went out of service for more than a few months. They just kept running
Yeah.
and running
Yeah.
and running.
Sure.
No, all right. I don't have anything, so I'm just going to say, all right, let's move on to style points.
Did we do everything?
We didn't do everything, but there's nothing that I want to ask, and nothing that I can
Nothing
think
that
of
would-
that's-
Sway the thing
Yeah.
suddenly?
I don't. I mean, not that I can think of. You're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, Milky, go ahead with that question, and we'll see if we can get a half-decent answer.
Sure. Yeah, help me survive. Which I know it's a fantastic question for you, Trader, because there are many of you on our continents.
I'm going to survive. Yes.
Yes. I'm sure one of my friends would know, but Google how many.
In preservation right now for AFs is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
My God.
Actually, I'm going to recount. It might have been 15.
Okay, how many survived? Oh, wow. Okay.
9, 10,
That is not the number that I thought it was.
12, yeah, 14.
There are at least 8 of these. There are at least
And
8
there-
S-160s.
There's 26.
There's 26?
Yep.
I was going to say, that
Holy
sounds
cow.
right. There's like, aren't there like 8 in Britain?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got a couple over here.
There's
Yeah,
some
I
in
think
France,
it's like
My
8
God.
in Britain.
Yeah.
There's a few US Army ones. There's the Age of Steam thing.
Yep.
Smoky
The
Mountain,
Oscar Railroad ones.
Alaska
Yeah.
Railroad.
Well, I
Yeah,
think this
26
goes
right.
comfortably to the S-160.
Yeah.
Can I just grab one last point, please?
Sure.
Boy.
Evaporative heating surface.
Continue.
186.41.
Oh, you're looking at evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Divided by cylinder volume.
Yeah, fine. I want to know.
Yeah, 206.92.
Pester, you shouldn't have said anything. Alright. Now what other style points do we have? Like actual style points. Jader, holy cow, that's a lot of sand.
Yeah.
I have sand.
Trader does
all I
have a
can
whole
say.
bunch of sand.
I have all the sand from the Egyptian deserts.
He also has a step going up to his walkway compared to the F8 where you're like,
It's very artsy, but it's a tripping
Yeah.
hazard.
yeah,
Oh, no, but you also got to remember the proportions are different.
Yes.
I know.
The
but
8S,
at the
like
same
your cabs
time-
on the 8S are physically lower to the ground, so your steps are at most a foot. So it's still probably easier to get, probably about the same to get on.
I mean, it's probably the same to get on. I don't think I'm going to give him a point for having stairs because, well, his stairs don't have a handrail. And, that doesn't really,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your front ones don't, but your back ones, your tender and cab ones do.
Oh, speaking of which, is that an all-weather cab? No, it's not. It's
No.
close, but it's not.
No.
No, it's pretty weathered, but not all.
It's most weather, including artillery
Yeah.
shells.
Yeah.
8S
Indeed.
got 8S got that back overhang that goes over the tender a bit too.
The 8Fs were most weather, including Luftwaffe bombings.
Uh,
Bell pairs look nicer.
Oh man, don't start the bell pay
I will fight you.
Like mechanically, they're about the same. They're just a different way to build a firebox, but they just look a little more better. That's all.
I mean,
I
think
say.
so too, but
Air
there are people that disagree.
compressor on the front.
I have to say though, Jader has a better tender because he's actually got bogies.
You don't need bogies for a good tender, especially in the UK.
Yeah, but the axle tenders are trash.
They're not. They're great. Then again, there's no flange on the middle wheel, so.
Yeah, that's
So-
why, because you have to deal with that.
So, did we give Trader the point for the air compressor on the front?
Yes.
Or...
Why do we
Okay.
give it?
I'm gonna say the 8S got really good resourcefulness because of compressors between the frames.
Oh God,
Uh,
that's awful. Okay, yes, Jader
Yeah,
absolutely gets a point.
No!
Thing.
Yeah, you need to crawl into a pit to maintain the compressor.
That's a non-style point right there.
That's
That's
My
to
Yeah.
load sand, you don't have to go on top of the engine. That's what those two little cork-looking things are on the side.
Huh.
Oh, that's
Alright.
cool.
So
That's
your
fair.
sand's also kept down below the boiler.
What was the British obsession with doing that?
I don't know. Everything's in the frames.
Oh, you know
Well, then
what?
again,
I'm-
their
I'm
loading
dumb.
gauge was
I know
micro.
why. Yeah, it's the loading gauge. What am I saying?
And they got so used to just pressing the boiler right up against the top of the loading gauge that there's only room left was on the bottom. That is one thing I will confirm.
Did anybody try to do like saddle tanks of sand? 'Cause I feel like, like little side box tanks or something.
A few of them have had it, but never really was a dome.
Jader, do you have power reverse or no?
Well, let's see if
Can
I
I
I-
get a picture of the engineer's side of one of these things?
Okay, I got one. Hold up.
yes.
TBA has posted a picture of the 20th Century Limited. That's not this.
Oh yeah, we should go. Actually, I would say we should go off of a British standard one. To be
No,
Yeah.
yeah, the one you just posted. That's British.
Yeah, I don't see it. Well, wait, did they drive on the right or the left?
I don't.
British one.
I don't see a reverser link
Oh.
on either engine.
Okay.
Well, the thing is,
couldn't
you're
go-
looking at an American one on the top one, which is on one side, and you're looking at the British one where the reverser link is on
Oh my
the
god!
other.
Can we get a driver's side picture instead of this?
I'm getting a UK one.
This is why I hate the British.
Because there's only 3/4 views that aren't really helpful.
I mean, I could use a 3/4 view if it's of the driver's side. We've got passenger side,
Yeah.
Here we go.
passenger side, passenger.
UK.
I don't see it.
No, this
Where's
is
the
also
reverser
unhelpful.
link? There's no reverser.
There's no-
link.
Might be down the middle.
No, there's no way they would do that. That
No,
would be atrocious.
not on this engine.
Can we get a picture of... Oh my god, wait, where's the S160 that... No, these are still...
That
These are
was.
still... They've got the...
I got the other side. Got the other side.
Oh, thank god. Where is it?
I don't see-
Should I get the 8S, see if we can actually find it?
I mean, I can see it on the 8F.
On the 8F.
It's like... It's huge.
Yeah, British had really big ones.
Yeah.
I don't...
So they're not.
I don't understand
just
what's going
not-
on here. Wait a minute.
Where is it?
Stop. Was it screw reverse?
Oh god.
Oh,
Maybe?
no.
Wait.
Yes, it is.
Oh, god damn it, that's
no.
why.
God damn it.
Okay.
No.
Yes, it is. I just saw
No.
like 'cause CP had almost all their main express engines were screw reverse, and I just
Yeah.
saw some bits that like by the cab that I recognize
hate
as screw
this.
reverse bits.
Downgrade.
I hate this.
Down.
So
Fuck,
screw
go
reverse
back.
is the one that is spring loaded, correct, or steam rotated?
No.
I know you have
it's
to
just
crank it
cranked.
into full, and then
Yeah.
you slowly let it off to bring it back to zero.
Okay, but it does mean that neither of these have power reverse, because there is no power screw reverse. I'm pretty sure.
Power screw reverse.
I'm pretty sure there's no powered screw reverse.
Yeah.
So that means they're both manual. Man, that was an adventure. Alright. Do we have anything else
Glad
for
we got
these
something.
engines?
Can I get a style point for? Well,
British
wait,
one.
no.
Did he get a style point for the yellow stripes and highlights on his engine?
That counts since
These guys
just
were in
the
about
correct-
That's an
1,000
American
paints
one. No, we
apiece.
got to go off the British one.
Oh,
The
you're
UK
going-
ones.
Oh,
To
that
say
way.
USA on the tender.
If we were just
Wait a
doing
minute.
S160s, period.
Hold up.
For the American ones, I would say, can I get points for having an actual light?
Guys, stop the presses.
What?
I see something in that picture.
Hmm.
I see something in that picture that I haven't seen in any others. You see that little
What?
cylinder in the running board?
That's power reverse.
That's power reverse.
Wait, where?
In the most recent picture, the cylinder that's mounted in the running board.
Yep. Yep, that'd be it.
I can't.
Yep.
Where?
Right above the third driver.
Yep.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, that's power reverse, my
But
friend.
that's not on any of the other ones.
Maybe it was only specially fitted to certain
These
ones.
built with-
Yeah.
I'm not calling it. I can't.
They're so utilitarian that you could probably just have like a few that had it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it looks like a mod, you know?
Can I get a style point for a Swish Ash Red paint scheme?
You guys
What?
both had neat paint schemes.
that said, they were gray.
Yeah, they were gray.
And they were blue. Mine was blue, or was this the Longmore Military Railway? I think.
Yeah.
They were blue.
They're pretty famous. Yeah, they're bright blue one.
Wow.
Like some Thomas shit.
It was bright blue.
Oh,
Basically, I'm just asking
Holy
him for a style point for the LMS paint scheme.
Wow, that is red.
Yes, I said Swish Ash Red. What do you expect?
whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
It's hot.
Last mail drop. Rip. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you both had cool paint schemes. I can't...
Oh, they run that every year. It's a train that pretty much it's from the last time they used like the hook and the swing the hook out on the side of the post car.
Oh, 40th anniversary of the last mail drop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a thing.
it's the
It's a railroad
lawnmower.
model, but it's
I always
still
call it
blue.
lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
Military railway. I know it's wrong, but
I mean, that's cool.
Well,
we'll get cool paint
wait, hang on.
schemes.
We can both get a style point for being featured on Steam Locusm profile.
Yep. Shelby
Yeah,
has
we
second
both
degree
get that.
burns.
What?
Shelby
Oh.
just DM'd me. She has second degree burns on her hands.
oh shit.
I have no idea what happened. I'm asking right now.
Ooh.
Anyway, okay, do we have any other style points that don't just cancel each other out?
Um,
Uh,
I'm sure
I was a
Marble here.
mainline engine.
What?
Mainline engine.
No. I'm sure.
Oh, fuck! I know the reason why S160s exploded sometimes because you had to freaking go up on top of the boiler to clean out the sight glasses because you had to flush it that way on there. Meanwhile, I do know the 8S had them in the cab.
Okay, that's a good point. I
Yeah,
like not exploding.
Not exploding is a style. And also, yeah, no one knew it because I think the 8S actually had auto flush. Meanwhile, the S160 had to crawl up on top of the cab to do it. So basically, no one did it.
Not
No
exploding.
one really knew it was up
Not
there.
exploding gets you a point.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, 9 and 21. Not great. Not great for the British.
No. Except I'm cracking at the 9F.
Yeah, the 9F versus this. I'm not sure. if that's a real
2021 special, I'll probably go
Yeah.
back to Canada.
You know, you're welcome on here more than once a year.
Yeah.
I know, I magically only know a question once a year.
Okay, well,
Is this how it works out? And there are always things I never intentionally learned, I just saw once.
Yeah.
all right. Well, the S160 wins 21 to what did I say? 21 to 8, 21 to 9. USA,
Oh, I'm sad.
USA.
My friend's gonna stab me now, thanks.
Well,
Yep. And my friend
you kind of got rinsed.
give me a blow face.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Listen, we had a whole thing. We got the word out. The British were coming. We were prepared. Let's cast our votes for what we which engine we like
Is this
better,
a
though.
Mexican SUV?
Can I get a style
my
point
God.
for having a nameplate fitted once?
I'm
I love
looking
this.
at one on the front of an S160, so no.
Yeah,
Dude, look how many of them there are.
It's in storage in England
there's
somewhere.
many.
I'm just found a Mexican S160.
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
everywhere.
vote. I'm gonna vote for the S160 because even though I think that the 8F maybe is actually a prettier looking engine, it's just so wonky and it's lost in like every category.
I want to vote for the S160 because it's the bigger brother of the S100.
Nice.
Milky?
I'm just a big fan of the amount of utility that the S160s have.
Except for the exploding.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, that only happened in Britain.
I gotta think, do I want to go off of what looks prettier or what mechanically works better?
I know.
Well,
That's the three.
You
The
don't
rest of
figure
us
out
get
the
our
thing.
votes. Unfortunately, you
Yeah.
guys do not because you competed. But that's
okay.
it. The S160 wins by the points, 21-9, and the votes 3-0. All right, let's move on to the cargoes.
hey.
Style point for being another brick in the wall? You don't
We
see
don't-
the engine, actually?
We don't need no
You just get
S160.
smoke from it?
what?
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
He's styling. He's trying. Ooh, he's trying. Ooh, she's trying.
Next time I want to do...
What?
I'll keep that.
You're gonna keep it to yourself.
Speaking of people trying, in New Orleans, a streetcar was attempted to get robbed.
Didn't anyone
People
tell them that
attempted-
nobody robs trains
Yeah.
anymore?
Well, especially streetcars. Who the hell robs one of those? I guess these two that got foiled when it just rolled away.
Was there anybody
Just
in
like
it?
a Florida man crime.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I just figured out what my termination is. All right.
But yeah, a man attempted to rob a streetcar driver yesterday, but failed when the streetcar rolled away. Wow.
Incredible. Absolutely
Wow.
incredible.
Incredible.
Oh, crap. I wish I...
But
Oh.
good stuff. Good stuff.
I have found someone just as inept.
Ew.
I've found a similarly inept criminal. A man from Dallas planted a fake bomb on the railroad tracks.
Wow.
Oh, yes, that one.
Mark Ashley Robert put the device on the Kansas City railroad track in the early morning hours of December 21st, 2018, and apparently this has just finally come around. He's now pleaded guilty to one count of misinformation and hoaxes, which apparently is a crime.
Yeah.
Apparently is a criminal charge, misinformation and hoaxes. Where he planted
That's a criminal charge. We just charge our fake bombers up here with freaking terrorist charges anyways. You're still still causing terror.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, why?
He must have pled it
Confused.
down. I mean, it's been 2 years, so there's
Yeah,
probably a long
he
court
might have
case.
been like, I was drunk.
He now faces up to 5 years in federal prison and up to a $250,000 fine. Okay, so they aren't messing around, even though the charge sounds kind of silly.
Okay.
A railroad conductor was the one who spotted it. He saw a green and red flashing LED in the middle of the track. So, like... Also, this dude, apparently this conductor has huge balls because he went up to it to figure out what it was. He saw what appeared to be a box wrapped in electrical tape with a 9-volt battery attached to it. The bomb squad was called, determined it was not real, and turned the fake bomb over to the FBI. So yeah, this man's going to be sentenced in March of 2021. Have fun in prison for your fake bomb. Why did you do this? This is my question. All right, so what do we want? Do we want more good news or more dramatics?
Well, we can talk about possibly one of the bigger plot twists of the year 2020.
Oh God.
So the Wisconsin Great Northern is restoring the MARC train to Pester.
The Mark train.
The MARC train. And it's fantastic what they've been doing. They've been posting pretty frequent updates about it on YouTube and Facebook. And it's just amazing what they're doing with that old Zephyr. It's fantastic. I like it, and I really want to take a trip out to Wisconsin once they have it done.
TBA, go forth.
Yes. Milky, come hang out.
Yes.
I'm coming. Well, we have 4 articles on this too. This is apparently big news. Everyone's jumped on it.
It is. One of them is just about the fact that they're doing it alone. That was back in July, so that's a bit outdated. But and then the other ones are just restoration updates. Like they recently did the curved windows on the back of the car.
Nice.
Or on the back of the observation car. And they went through quite a process to do that. AKA, as they described it in their update, we watched a couple of YouTube videos and we think we know how to do it.
Oh no.
And they did it, to their credit.
The question
it turned out really good.
Yeah. Well, if they're watching YouTube videos to figure out how to make this thing, the question is, can the Western Maryland Scenic learn from them?
And if you're watching this podcast today, you can go there and take a tour of it. Because they're having tours today and today. Because this is coming out on Sunday.
There is a brief update from the WMSR. Just that they're working on stuff and showcasing skills and blah blah blah. Good job. Keep trucking. Stop promising things that aren't going to come true. But Godspeed, Western Maryland, as always. And I'm going to continue.
But you know who promises things that do come true? Stati Papa through White Pass 61. He's doing framework now on the engine.
Nice.
So he's doing now the art project and into the bulk of it.
Into the actual
Which is cool. Yeah.
Good old Stati
So
Papa.
they're repairing parts of it that were bent. Particularly the front end of it was a little bit bent. But that's all fixed now. So can't wait to see more out of this engine. Especially when she's done and running on somewhere where they definitely doesn't have affiliation with. But anyway, speaking of things getting done, nice and neat. An Alco FA2 is back in action after 49 years of inactivity. This is a LNN Alco FA-2 that was in service with the Long Island Railroad, where it became a cab car. And there's a few of these hanging around where they're just really neat FAs that were gutted the cab cars. We have an SPNS one out here that's also getting a similar treatment, or was. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, it went from engine, the cab car, to engine again. So good job. Props to SMS Rail, which is the group that restored it.
Apparently, what's going to happen next is a well-kept secret.
Yeah. Will it be painted green? Will it be painted black?
Better be painted green.
Yeah.
Paint it, McGinnis. Do it. Anyway. In that neck of the woods, actually, now that I bring up McGinnis, the Long Island Railroad is halfway through their expansion project. Which this is one of these Trains Magazine digests, so it's just a third of this article. But they're adding 10 miles of third track on the main line between Floral Park and Hicksville. They're ahead of schedule, which is cool. They expect to be done by the end of 2022. There's another thing that says Sunrail could use Brightline tracks to reach the Orlando airport. That's, of course, assuming that Brightline continues to build at a steady pace. And
I think it is.
I mean, I really hope so. Nothing really has been slowing down their building right now. They're not running trains, but that's actually just better for everyone, it turns out, because it means they aren't killing people at a rate of approximately one every month.
Yeah.
Also, the Los Angeles Metro will be offering free rides on Election Day, and will be putting ballot
Nice.
drop boxes at train stations. So, rock
Smart.
the vote.
Handy.
I actually quite like that.
Everyone that isn't Pester, rock the vote.
There's been a lot of talk about Zephyrs tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I look over at my bookshelf and I see my book on the Zephyr looking right at me.
Oh man, I thought you were segueing into something. I was going to be really impressed.
No, but my book about the Pioneer Zephyr is over there.
Nice.
You need to go
Now
through it and see if it
come
mentions
full
Saudi
circle.
Arabia.
Now it's come full circle.
Yeah,
almost.
again.
Yeah.
See if it mentions Saudi Arabia.
Well, I mean, let's get through the news first. Figure that one out later.
By the way, speaking of just in general, getting back to the news, I didn't really have a good thing to go off
God.
of, but we'll start from the bottom. Now we're here. But so did this horse car in Klamath Falls, which is a replica of a 1890s horse car. I thought it was the original car for a second, but
I thought it was too.
I honestly could have believed it with the amount of just random horse cars that are around still.
Yeah, I just glanced at it, and it's like, oh, it's it's been working.
so
They've been working
good.
to restore a trolley
Yeah.
that once rolled through the streets of Klamath Falls, and it's like, okay, in my head, at what point would it have done that after, 1910? Like,
Yeah. There was a trolley system in Klamath Falls, but I think it didn't survive past the horse car. So,
well, clearly they were running it in 1980. So where were they running it? And more
I
importantly,
won the thing.
Where did they get the
Actually,
horse?
no, I don't won the thing because the horse runs the thing.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a replica on wheels, basically. So, like, it's still pretty neat. What else is neat is nobody all tram sim.
Yeah, okay, so what is this? This
Yeah.
is like billing itself as the most developed tram simulator ever or something.
I think it's like bus simulator, but we replace bus with trams.
This is
Actually,
amazing,
just do
but-
that in general. Just replace bus with trams. Yeah.
Yeah, Tram Simulator. I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how hysterically accurate it is with how it works.
This is Tram Simulator. This is the simulator that literally nobody asked for, but people will
Yeah.
still buy it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's tempting.
People will still.
If I can develop content for it, then yeah.
See if we can import content for it.
Yeah. Right.
And on the subject of trains content, we have an update from K&L Trains on the status of the Albany and West Point, I believe. Pacific.
Atlanta and West Point.
Atlanta and West Point. Okay.
Not Albany and West Point.
Yeah, listen, I knew there was an A town. I knew it was something.
A-town.
I figured there was another Albany somewhere that I hadn't heard about because I keep finding them.
To be fair, there's an Albany, Georgia.
Yeah, see,
I live in Albany Park, Illinois, in Chicago.
there's also a West Point, New York, so that screws things up doubly.
There's a lot of Albanys.
Yeah, so that's being worked on. He said that that a lot of the scenes for the promo are filmed and the cars are mostly done, and like he only needs to make the cab. Yeah.
Yep.
It's exciting. And
yeah.
I love to see it when Lara wraps something up, because it means we need to figure out what comes next. We get to find out what comes next. And what comes next for the people of San Diego, I believe, is maybe a fence. So this is this San Diego, or it's somewhere along the surf line, because it's in Del Mar. North County Transit District plans to install fences along miles of railroad track in 3 coastal cities, and the residents are very upset about this, because it means that it's going to limit their access to the water, because the tracks
Right.
stand between them and the water, and they want to go to the water all the time. Now,
Yeah.
Quote, I do not want my access to be impeded by fencing on the bluff in Del Mar. As a resident of California, I have a constitutional right to access the beach. First of all, I'm not sure about that.
Oh yeah, George Washington was like, "We need beach access."
Yeah,
pretty
although
much.
to be fair,
Guys, it's the 1.5 amendment.
Yeah.
You have,
Yeah.
you have
no,
a
here's
constitutional
the
right
thing.
to go on a beach.
Rang and others said Del Mar residents were granted the right to cross the tracks by the Santa Fe Railroad deed in 1909, although the city was only incorporated 60 years ago, so we don't know if that nullified the Santa Fe agreement.
Also, Santa Fe is not exactly around anymore.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
if they put
that's
crossing gates and stuff, they should be fine.
well. This isn't just that. This is like
Crossing gate the entire road. Yes.
yeah. This is just the tracks are between houses and the beach.
Yeah.
There's not like roads there.
Yeah, no,
So people
it
just
really
walk out
is-
of their backyards and cross the
Yes.
tracks.
Exactly.
I couldn't find the article. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of issue. People are crossing the tracks constantly. The surf lane is not exactly a poorly traveled corridor.
No.
No.
The thing that I would
If
question
anything,
is this like a
Go
bright
ahead,
line situation? Are people getting killed on the regular here?
I don't think I've heard that many people getting killed on the surf.
Brightline has fully gated crossings that people are getting killed at. These people are just crossing at random points.
Yeah, so I mean,
They're
it's like
not getting killed.
allegedly we can, based on this, we can trust the citizens of Del Mar much more than Florida Man.
Yeah.
When it comes to dealing with trains.
Yeah, so like maybe the solution might just be a special like they just take a small section and then put an actual like foot crossing there or something, just to make, and with gates and everything, and then they can still cross there. It's just you might have to walk down a little.
They might need a few
How dare you?
hundred,
You're
like-
infringing on their constitutional rights.
Yeah. I want my white to beat. Damn it.
Oh no, you have to take the long way to the beach. Then again, the tracks are, looking at this photo, the tracks are right up against the shore.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are.
The photo in particular there is a particularly egregious example. There are notes that in other places the tracks are like a couple blocks from the shore, but people still like to cross them.
Yeah.
I mean,
So foot crossings might be worth putting in a few places.
Yeah.
Simple. Or even just like marked crossings and just says look both ways for trains, although I don't know if you guys can get away with that kind of stuff.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can.
maybe we can, but I mean,
We-
the fact of the
you-
matter
you
is,
can.
if people aren't dying here constantly, maybe we don't need a fence right now. I mean,
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all for safety, but if there isn't a problem, maybe we don't need a solution right now. Maybe
Or if
table
you're
this
gonna,
up later.
or if you absolutely feel like you have a need to put a fence up, just make sure to also put some crossings in so these people can keep doing what they've been doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also true.
Especially if that Santa Fe deal is still valid.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Digging up a
Yeah.
110-year-old document to prove that you can't put a fence up. I've seen crazier
Yeah.
things.
People do it.
Oh yeah. Have we got some crazy things going on? Maybe something that isn't Milky's because it's been just Milky and I tossing the ball back and forth here.
My back.
No? All
Sorry.
right. I
we're
guess we don't have
jumping
anything
around?
crazy. I have
I mean,
What?
BNSF laid off 104 people. I guess that's kind of crazy.
That's somewhat crazy.
yeah, that's
Wow.
unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
That was in
Yeah.
Kansas, right?
No, in Topeka.
Yeah. It's hot in Topeka.
The jarring shift to tone. Do you want to hear the funniest Florida Man article I've ever seen?
Sure.
Florida Man got stuck to a freaking drag strip stick mat.
Oof.
What is it? Okay. How does
He took his shoes off to try to walk off, and his socks got caught. And then he took his
Florida
socks off, thinking,
Man.
I can just keep going. And then his feet got stuck, and then they'd call an ambulance.
Okay.
Congrats.
All right, great, cool. Do we have a link for that?
Small brain.
Yeah, give me a second.
All right,
And
cool.
then, there was a preservation group, the
There was.
Norfolk and Western Business Card 3
Hey.
Preservation Society has actually received the donation of its namesake. They got their 1917 Pullman coach, and they're looking to restore it to its former glory.
What does it look like now?
Yeah, well, congrats to them.
Oh, it still looks pretty good.
That'll be pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'll put it under my things.
It looks a little smooth. It looks like it's a low poly version of a rail car.
Yeah. RTX off.
Oh damn it! I was trying to make a joke earlier, and now I can't remember what it was. It was about Jader's model railroading escapades, and it was I can't remember what, but it was something RTX one.
Okay.
I can't remember. I
know-
remembered it in the
let me
moment, and then
know
I
if you-
totally forgot. It slipped my mind. Anyway,
Okay, let me know if that comes back.
I will let you know. If I scroll back up to those pictures, it'll jog my memory. So you guys go ahead.
But you know what is coming back? Coos Bay Rail Link is receiving a federal grant for rail infrastructure, which is quite nice. They're replacing 67,000 cross ties and resurfacing the mainline siding, and an industrial lead. Well, yeah, wow, they're rebalancing everything. Good grief. That's a lot of stuff that they're doing. Well, that's very cool. Very cool, Coos Bay.
Very cool. All right,
So-
I figured it out.
Tillamook, what they don't have.
Yeah. Rip Tillamook. Any
Yeah.
news on Tillamook?
Last I heard, the trail clogs had kind of died.
Okay.
Because, ironic enough, environmental stuff.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
what are
same
they
thing
gonna
that
do?
happened with the reconnection. What's it called? The
Yeah, I
Lackawanna
didn't know.
cutoff. Got held up for like 2 years. I remember now. It was the picture of Chonker with the gun, and I was just gonna say it's panniers or dicks RTX on.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we want to see something high quality, well, for what it is, there's a cool render of Baltimore's new Central Station, which is going to be not replacing the old one, but paired with it, and it's a very modern-looking depot. So you're going to have this, I'm in many cases embrace tradition, reject modernity, blah blah blah. But this is cool because you still have the old building too, and so you have like the modern, you have the old and the new juxtaposed across 8 platforms or whatever it is. And I think that's cool because, it means that you've got a place to shovel passengers if you need to renovate the old depot. And 2, it means that money's getting poured into this station anyway. That's just in general a good thing.
Yeah. And 3, you can actually enter from both sides now, so you don't have to run around if you're trying to catch a train and you're late.
That is also very true.
There's new drop-off points, so it's probably going to make life easier for bus commuters, too. It's going to make everything a lot more efficient. And I always like stuff like this, where it's like, instead of throwing out the old and in with the new, or just completely embracing tradition and having stuff that's insufficient, you're mixing it, which is really nice, which is what they did in Toronto. I'll go on that a little later.
And SEPTA is also embracing tradition. This is what I wanted to talk about. SEPTA has pulled AEM-7s out of retirement in order to run Leaf trains.
Wow.
What are Leaf trains, you might ask, because that's what Rival asked.
I can ask it.
Yeah.
What are Leaf trains?
Yeah, they're not like fall foliage trains. They're not go out and see the leaves. We're using these trains to blast leaves off the tracks.
Oh, wow.
Because, as was covered last year, I think we had like a spate of articles about the Long Island Railroad and their troubles with leaves. Apparently, leaves, when they're wet especially, they end up just leaving like this slippery goo all over the tracks.
Well, yeah. The main issue is it's not the first time you run over the leaves. The first time is perfectly fine. It's the second time.
Yeah.
Because when the train goes by, it mushes the leaves down into that goo, which then is very low friction.
Yep. And so they have to pull or not all of them, but they had to pull a bunch of AEM-7s out of retirement for these purposes. So the toasters, they're not dead yet.
I don't think the toasters are going to die.
No, they're not. They keep
Can't
coming back.
kill the toaster.
But what is dead is the Big E. The Big E, the Amherst Model Railroad Festival, has been canceled because of COVID this year. So if anybody was coming up planning to see me at the Big E, maybe next year.
That's the big F.
It's the Big F now, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But anyways, speaking of stuff that is the big F, Issaquah Valley Trolley is no longer a lane.
Yep,
That's
they're
very
gone.
sad. They ran a Lisbon, Portugal Brill with a generator, and they also owned a Milan car at some point that went somewhere else. Don't know where that went. No, I haven't seen it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this a botany trip?
No, we own it at the museum.
I was gonna say, no, the botany came to him.
Yeah, the botany came to me. But yeah, it was a neat little operation that ran over, I think, a couple of miles of track through downtown Issaquah. It was a decent thing while it lasted, and it's a shame that I never rode it while it was there.
I wanted to actually toss the ball of the big F to Jader because we had some, something come out of the Nevada Northern, right? I think 40 is going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll start this with, I guess, the sad part of this this story here. Nevada Northern 40 pretty soon is going down for its 1472. So Nevada Northern will only have
Two.
running steam engine for a little while.
They have
But
two.
Yeah, they have two because they just finished that other one.
right. Not quite.
No, not quite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They fired
93,
it.
93 still in service.
Almost done.
And then 81 is almost done. And then the article that I have here talks about the send off they did for 40. The pictures of it were really cool. Like they chalked on the smoke box, like I forget what they chalked like remembrance stuff on the smoke box for 40. And then
Fired up 81.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had 81 fired up, and they had all three engines under steam. And this is the first time they've
in their
had
history.
three engines under steam in 65 years. And then and as part of the 40 send-off, they did like 2 sections of their passenger train, and that's the first time they've ever done that. Like in the however many hundred years history of the rail of the Nevada Northern, that's the first time they've ever done 2-section passenger trains.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I was going to go to Nevada, even though it's in the middle of nowhere, I'd go live in Ely.
Yeah.
I gotta meet Dirt the Cat. That's all I need to do. And I believe Shelby has demanded I take her to meet Dirt the Cat as well, so.
Well, if you go, you're taking me with you.
Okay,
since you're
sure, I'll take you
on
with
the
me.
way. Road trip to Nevada.
Yeah, well, I'm already getting you to go to Chicago, aren't I?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so
Depends on the road.
have a good rest, number 40. There's so many number
Yeah.
40s in preservation. But have a good rest
there
on
are.
Northern number 40. And we'll hopefully see you again soon.
Give it a little salute.
Salute.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll stay on the positive upswing with news. It's weird. All my news that I grabbed concerns Steam.
Good. Give me Steam.
Good.
Mine is
let's
literally
see.
the opposite. It's all modern shit.
Well, this one's kind of a blend of Steam and modern.
Alright.
Kentucky Steam has announced
Hey.
their rail base. They're building it as a rail based attraction for Appalachian, Kentucky.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like a
it-
cool.
Yeah, it does.
But I have a concern. I have 2 concerns, which I've already brought up
So,
to you guys. Oops,
Okay.
that's not the post that I wanted. I want the other one. And one of these is a little more minor, which is they don't have a turntable. Which I know they have a Y. I know that's fine, but I am just kind of surprised they didn't opt for a turntable because I feel like they could have made good use of that. I'm trying to scroll down to find the thing.
Yeah,
I feel like all the
I can get that, but
I feel like all the time these preservation groups or whatever, they go for a roundhouse and turntable, and this time they didn't. And I'm not sure if that was a limitation of the space or if it was a cost thing. I know turntables are expensive.
they also have Old Locomotive Shop.
Yeah, they
so-
do have a nice shop.
Yeah.
They do have a shop.
yes, they did.
But the other thing they don't have is they don't have much storage at all. They have like
No.
a siding aside from
Especially for what they want to do.
yeah
N-
for display
Which
tracks.
is space.
They're not going to be able to pick up like just junk that's getting sold across the nation. They're not going to be able to browse Ozark Mountain on a lazy Saturday because they
Yeah.
won't have the space to put this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
True.
like,
I was about to say, just watch me.
Yeah, what?
You ain't
Uh,
seen nothing yet.
yeah. Meanwhile, Metro over here browsing for for used F-40s on a daily basis.
Did I hear Metra?
Yes, because I want to talk about them for a second. So, we've discussed the spat between Metra and Union Pacific at length. Here's the newest wrinkle, which is that Union Pacific has basically said, like, okay, fine, we'll collect your fares, because the whole thing started...
Oh boy.
Well, it started before COVID, this whole dispute, but it got a lot worse due to the lack of fare collection. Metra, a while back, started collecting fares again. Union Pacific's lines decided not to, because of the pandemic. Metra, meanwhile, figured out how to do it, safely enough, I guess. And Union Pacific said, well, we'll collect fares, but we'll collect them, like, on the platform or something at some stations. And Metra is upset. Metra has sued UP for a breach of contract over the fare collection policies, stating that it's an arbitrary and capricious refusal to deploy conductors, and it's severely damaging Metra's bottom line, reputation, and customer service. Union Pacific said it's unwilling to put fare collection ahead of employee and commuter health. Let's be honest. No, they aren't. During a global pandemic, and they're prepared to vigorously defend themselves in court. Listen, we've had several...
Fight!
We've had several years of Union Pacific just cutting employees left, right, and center. We know they don't care about their employee health, so we just,
Well, they gotta care about the 5 they still have.
Right. Also, UP... Well, the reason to come back to that is we know they don't care about their employee health. We also know that they don't want to be doing this in the first place. To roll back to the beginning of this whole debacle, Union Pacific started this whole thing because they didn't want to run these lines anymore. And so, I am absolutely certain that they are being difficult as much as they can, just so that Metra will eventually give them the boot, instead of...
Hey, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, instead of forcing them to continue to operate these lines.
The Portland Traction Company did the same thing when they were trying to bail on streetcar service, and they succeeded by doing that.
Yeah, just wait until Union Pacific starts blaming it all on the dining car, on the Prospector.
So are they gonna... So is Metra tried to buy the trackage?
Okay, Metra owns these lines. Metra owns these lines, and Union Pacific runs them. It's part of the deal. Union Pacific provides the crews and stuff to run 3 lines.
Oh, so they're UP crews and Metra trains.
Basically, yeah.
I also thought BNSF owned Metra too.
BNSF does have some lines that it runs this way as well, but they haven't been really annoying about it, so they're not in the news.
The Buffett going bill in there knows from the top.
Buffett knows how to protect his bottom dollar.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Union Pacific runs these lines for Metra. It's part of the agreement that they've had since the beginning of time. And then they decided they didn't want to do that anymore, and tried to just back out of it. And Metra said, no, you can't back out of it. This is the deal we have. You're a common carrier. It says so in your, legal stuff. So you have to keep running these. You can't just back out of it because you don't want to. And UP said, yes, we can. And so Metra took them to court. And then the pandemic started, and things sort of mellowed out a little bit because nobody was collecting fares. And now this whole thing has happened, where they're collecting fares again, except for Union Pacific, because they're just trying to be difficult.
So Metra doesn't have... Why doesn't Metra hire its own crews instead of outsourcing to...
I don't know why this agreement was initially in place, but it's been in place for decades and decades.
I'm sure there's some contractual thing when they when the new line switched over from UP to Metra.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's job security in there somewhere for former UP employees. Yeah.
Which, as previously established, UP does not care about now.
Yeah. They probably cared about it in the 70s when they were initially trying to of the contract, but that's my best guess anyway. I could be wrong.
Metro suit filed Wednesday makes note of that suit, but also says Union Pacific has breached the provisions of the most recent contract extension under which commuter service operates. UP notes that the current contract expires December 31st, and that the railroad, quote, has worked diligently with Metro over the last 15 months to find an agreeable solution for seamless service transfer upon expiration of the contract. In other words, we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how this works out. But hey, like I've said, if this does work out, you could have a lot of Metro job openings in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Go work for Metro.
Go work for
Yeah.
Metro.
Just don't work for UP. Working for
I
Metro.
just hope
Like,
freaking-
don't work for UP.
Don't work for. Next time, go to Bison General.
Actually, we have some UP news, don't we, Milky?
Oh boy. Do we?
We do. They have a water train. You have the
Oh yeah, they do have a water train. They do in fact have that. Yeah, they're out fighting the wildfires out west
Cool.
with a fire train. Which I'm sure.
I don't know. Water train.
Most-
The Banger and Aroostook had a fire train.
Well,
SP
the thing is,
also
they're probably
have-
doing it because they don't want to have to clean ash out of the air filters on their engines.
SP also have fire train, but and I'm sure most of their tank cars are just SP. But
the fire departments are like, Union Pacific, please help! And the fires are raging all around the lines, and they're like, okay, but how does it benefit us?
yeah, why? Yeah, they're out and about with that, and they are effective. They really are just the idea in general in UP. But yeah, so that's what they're up to.
I mean, they can get places with that train that
Fighting the
fire
good
trucks
fight.
can't, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, especially with the way the trains climb. And if they need to, they can pull them into a tunnel to get out of it for a second.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of getting places, Durango and Silverton named their first female conductor.
Yeah.
Which is
Yay.
fantastic.
Weibel did note that she has been working for the DNS for quite some time, but she is still their first female to get promoted all the way to conductor.
Which, congrats.
I wanted to bring up something a little out there.
Sure.
A little. I mean, it's not that out there, but it's Amtrak trying to figure out how to get some people on the trains. So we've heard that their ridership's down. Obviously, ridership has dropped 80% since the pandemic.
Very.
Not great.
Oh fuck.
So, what is Amtrak going to do to get people on board and make them feel safe? Well, first of all, it is
Make memes?
It is pretty safe right now. If I was going to go across country, a hell of a lot safer to be on Amtrak than it is to be on a plane right now with the pandemic.
Because the airlines are going like, it's perfectly safe. COVID doesn't spread on planes.
Yeah.
What? Boeing, what bullshit did you pull your ass?
I think somebody just put, I can't remember who, I think it might have been Delta, put like 490 people on a no-fly list because they refused to wear a mask.
Good on them.
Wow. Because for Delta,
yeah, good for Delta.
Yeah, but like...
Good on Delta.
But in Amtrak, everything's properly filtered. If you have a room, you can stay in your room, and they will bring all the meals to you. So you don't have to interact with anybody if you're taking a cross-country trip. It's the best thing I've ever heard. But Amtrak is now seeking a partnership with Lysol because they want to. I don't know.
I would say bring back compartment trains. Compartmentize the trains again.
Yeah. We just killed the British earlier in the show. We don't need to bring them up again. But no, so this will help Amtrak strengthen its cleaning and disinfection protocols for stations and lounges in particular. So the first train to get the treatment will be the Pacific Surfliner. So we're back talking about them. If I realized that, I would have segued right from the other Surfliner news to this. But this is, I mean, it's cool. I mean, what are you gonna do in a pandemic? Now they've got a Lysol partnership. But even with ridership being down 80%, with the cuts that have happened, Amtrak is now experiencing sellouts. They're having issues with the fares going up because people are fighting over the last seats on a train, and they're selling out some of their consists. I mean, the trains are not as long as they previously were, and they're running thrice weekly, which I think is a travesty, but that's a rant for another time. But just see previous episodes.
Mm-hmm. Well, V-Rail, their frequency currently is the same as it used to be. It's exactly the same as it was, but it's because they have to spread more people out per train, and literally their ability to carry passengers is halved. Mm-hmm. So they're still running the same amount of frequency of trains to keep up with because even though they have less passengers, still have to spread them out.
With the noteworthy exception of the Canadian.
Yeah, the Canadian was cut because no one wants to be on that thing during the pandemic.
Yeah,
understandable.
Well, because I've been on it. There's so many things when you're on it. It's meant to be a social experience too, and a lot of that is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice when Madison and I went across the country and stuff. It is definitely a social experience taking a cross-country trip like that, sitting down with people you don't know, making friends, whatever. But like, just if you're trying to get across the country right now, this is the way to do it. It's the way to do it, and people are realizing this, and people are booking these trains all the way up, which is amazing.
I personally think, especially after the atrocious... like just how the airlines have handled this and how many budget airlines have gone bankrupt and are currently trying to save themselves. But freaking the most famous one of them all, EasyJet, is dead. Like, it is dying, and I think it's actually dead now.
Is it? Oh,
so,
God. Rip EasyJet.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
Flying is going to get a lot more expensive. And they haven't had another crisis. Like, a lot of the budget airlines started right after 9/11 because they could buy planes on the cheap because of the massive tragedy. But then now they're all going. So so flying's gonna be expensive again. So I think we're gonna start seeing people using trains more once again because it's the only option unless you want to drive. And trying to get away from driving.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that this leads to the perfect storm that we need to get service back to where it was. Because as I previously ranted about, I think the qualifications for getting service back on daily service for these long distance routes is way too high. But if this near-term sellouts and stuff like that, if this lasts, which I really hope it does, then we may see a boost in Amtrak, especially if we get, dare I get political, a Biden administration, because the guy loves trains.
I think he's just a train-obsessed old man. That is my personal theory.
He's absolutely a train-obsessed old man.
Just trains. Just
so
train-obsessed old
man. Wait. Did no one take
Nobody
that?
took it. Nobody took it. It's there. I was about
Nobody
to say
took it.
He's under investigation.
For taking Amtrak?
For charting a train.
Chartering Amtrak.
Oh my god. He paid it with campaign money.
I know.
And just because they show a bias to you and they're not willing to freaking take you on a train, Mr. Rumple-Dump-a-Dump, doesn't mean
he doesn't want to go on a train. Train is for the poors.
Exactly.
Train is old.
Train is
that's just so funny to me. Like,
train is the vehicle of socialism.
The Trump plan.
Yeah.
So here's Biden with the literal train.
Maybe that's why Trump's angry.
Oh, he's a fucking lunatic.
All right. We don't want to,
Yeah. Anyway,
we're going too far.
So, Oregon State did it a few times in the 90s for the Oregon Civil War football game. It's happened before.
What? You can't. That's too political.
Yeah.
And one thing I find interesting is, Amtrak can have more coaches, and a good number of their coach stock is still in service. Yeah. So they might be able to just increase frequency if they manage to balance it right. But then again, you need the perfect storm for that investment.
Yeah. Hopefully we get it. I really hope we get it.
Because I know for a fact the Amfleet 2s need a freaking replacement. Meanwhile, the Amfleet 1s are still perfectly fine.
Yeah. Things are interesting with Amtrak. In fact, we've got one. I've got two things for Amtrak, and there's another one. Well, which is just that Amtrak hit somebody. But there's an article here which I'm not going to hold my 2035. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not going to hold my breath. Amtrak could be returning to Phoenix by 2035, according to a presentation given to the Rail Passengers Association in September. I really want to see this presentation. Is this the map?
15 years.
Yeah. Hey, listen. It's been 15 years and we haven't gotten the Sunset Limited back to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said they'd have it back by 2010.
Bush said they'd have it back in 3 months. Thanks.
Well, they had freight back in 3 months.
Yeah. They had freight back in like a month. You know why? Because money. But anyway, yeah. Here's your presentation. Oh yeah, this is the corridors map. This is the 2035 system map that they want to do.
Where is this?
This is inside the article that is called Amtrak Phoenix, and then there's a link inside that article to a presentation. Oh
my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's articles all the way down. But yeah, so as we may know, the Sunset Limited does not run to Phoenix anymore. It was pulled away from Phoenix because I believe SP wanted to abandon some things, and also there was a derailment, and yeah.
Oh, it was that one.
Yeah, so there's a current station
Where's the
in the town of
presentation?
Maricopa, and it's 35 miles south of Phoenix, which means basically you can't get to it.
Yeah.
So
Where's the presentation?
it's the link. It's the first link in the article, which says a presentation given to the Rail Passengers Association.
Oh, yes, found it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a good presentation. So this is where this map has come from. That keeps popping up on like political blogs.
Oh yeah, press
So,
release
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't take by 2035, but everyone that Phoenix people, you know that you deserve this train. Like it was robbed from you. Just like I can't actually think of a similar.
Insert random Super Bowl victory here.
I have a similar one. I have a slightly more local one, which is Saratoga Springs. The station was downtown, then it got moved out of downtown. Town was never the same. Train ridership was never the same.
Same with here and frickin' Via Rail being pulled out of downtown Ottawa. It's still like on the main transit system, but it's awkward. It's not in downtown.
Yeah.
You guys have a transit system?
Yeah, we have light rail now. I'm going to talk about
Jader, it's
that.
okay. Jader, it's okay. Jader.
Take a deep breath.
All right. So yeah, go ahead, talk about that because I'm running the articles here, and we're also running kind of a little bit longer. So
Well,
let's.
the whole thing at the beginning was long. I'm gonna go through all my things. One of them is literally a high speed round because there's so much going on in Toronto.
Yeah.
I can't stay and actually concentrate on something.
Hit me with it.
High frequency rail. So V-Rail's actually talking about it as if it's happening, and they're currently doing an environmental study, and it's going good so far. And the environmental effects have pretty much already been done by Canadian Pacific over 100 years ago when they built the line. But V-Rail's just freezing it right away.
Yep.
Everything's looking on track, and judging by the new bill that's being proposed in Parliament for the infrastructure recovery plan, which basically means there's a whole bunch. The Canadian government's going to be investing a lot in telecommunications and transportation to recover the economy after COVID-19.
Right.
So this basically, and V-Rail's trying to see if they can get in on this massive amount of money. Sorry.
Can I just?
So they're currently trying to get in on that, but they're definitely going to have. It looks like at least the connection between Smith, like if you go on the site from Smith Falls to Toronto, is going to be built. That's a definite. Now the Montreal to Quebec City on the north shore of the St. Lawrence Seaway is a maybe. But yeah, that's currently what's going on there. And they're buying charger sets, they're actually buying the more reliable 4,000 horsepower ones to the 44,000. And they're going to be 5-car sets. That's one engine at one end, cab car at the other. So they can do push-pull trains.
Hey, I've seen this one before. Yeah.
Actually, one of the Caltrans trains actually came up for testing.
Nice.
Canadian Pacific finally has acquired all full ownership of the Detroit River Tunnel.
Nice.
I always find it funny whenever I read this. The Ontario Benefit Pension Plan was the primary owner of it, and Canadian Pacific has
What?
finally purchased the whole thing from it. Yes, Ontario Pension Plan. Basically, Canada, our ministries, they say one thing, but they're ultimately just an investment for government investment firm.
Okay.
Because of our high tax rates, a lot of big companies are scared of actually setting up here, so we have to do a lot of the investment work ourselves for the government.
Gotcha. It's interesting.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's why you always get like pension plan owning this, and then next thing it makes no sense. It's like this should be infrastructure bank, but nope. And then yeah, so that's it. Really, they purchased it. Hooray! And just to see what's going to happen there, especially because now that means CP has full ownership of the tracks right in front of Detroit Terminal, Detroit Station, the old one.
Yeah, the one that purchased by Ford. Yes.
Mount Royal Tunnel is now currently been closed and is currently being rebuilt so it can service the Montreal REM service, which Montreal, funny enough, it didn't do the usual thing where the city goes, we're going to build a subway, next thing you know they build a light rail. They said, we're going to build a light rail, next thing you know they're building a subway.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
No,
my city pulled the grant. My city, Ottawa, actually, when we built our light rail, was like, we're getting a subway, and it's actually a light rail.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of the grand old opposite of the twist.
Yeah.
What a twist.
But
yeah, so there's photos if you look on the site. Maybe put them in the stream, or people can look at it afterwards.
Ignore that. Audience.
Of Mount Royal Tunnel being excavated originally, and my friend of mine. No, that's the Florida man thing I had saved on my clipboard on my computer.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
A friend of mine managed to dig up a photo of the current construction for one of the stations, and so basically, because the way Mount Royal Tunnel was done, in some places it's so close to the surface, cut and covers what they're going to be doing for building stations. And here's one of the photos actually right here of them actually digging up the tunnel. I think that's McGill Station.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you put it?
And
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh.
Sure. Good.
There, sorry, wrong shit. And the REM service is going to be basically an automated light rail train.
Okay, interesting.
Well, quote unquote light rail. It's one of the biggest light rail trains you can buy, which is pretty much just a proper subway car. It's a bit lighter.
Yeah.
So it's heavy rail then.
Almost heavy rail. Again, it's a light rail.
It's medium
the
rail.
cutoff?
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically a heavy rail subway. It's going to operate like one, but it's just the vehicles are technically light rail vehicles. Yeah. And they're the same trains that are currently being used on the Sydney Metro. Which I find kind of interesting, but modified for Canadian winters. Unlike my city's light rail. My city's light rail's a shit show. Basically, I have to share this. I don't have any articles for this because it's so hard to stitch all this news together because the city has been intentionally trying to hide up stuff because of how incompetent they are.
Oh, wow.
The only thing they're competent at is covering shit up. Okay.
Apparently
so
not, because you figured it out.
Well, actually, like hide it, like making sure not enough gets out. Eventually, you can find it by talking to the right people. But,
you can find
this is actually crazy.
Appropriate espionage. We're back.
Yeah.
So our construction company was SNC Lavalin, which anyone who knows anything about them was currently being charged with corruption and bribery. Same with the Trudeau scandal, which is going to be dealt with after the pandemic. Basically, so they built it very sloppily. We have problems with electrical systems. The computer system constantly goes down. We have 15 trains, and the service is operated for over 200 days, and we haven't had a single day where all 15 trains are running.
Wow.
Or even 13 for that matter. So basically, every rush hour, the trains are packed. Absolutely packed. What's next? Our trains themselves were designed are the Avante they're an Alstom build. Basically, they're originally designed for the south of France, which they work wonderfully down there. They don't like Canadian winters.
Yeah.
One they were originally tested in Moscow because Moscow was going to buy them, but then they failed the winter test. Literally after 2 days, it broke down because of cold, and we still bought it. Hooray!
I feel like
We're
I feel
colder than Moscow.
like you could have had some warning there.
So yeah, and that's our current situation is just trying to get everything to work when it won't work, but we keep trying.
Is the right whale owned by General Motors by chance?
Judging by the business tactics, probably.
Yeah.
Oops.
Anyways, now for actual good news. I just had to vent that. Hey, you cleared all my links.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had talked about that one already.
No.
Go gets
Mount
bigger.
Royal's good. The Go Transit. Yeah, Go Transit's next.
Okay. Do you need that link, or can you just extemporaneous?
I have them all saved up on my computer.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, it's
Um,
in there.
Thank you. There's a whole bunch of links. So Go Transit. Where do we start? They're planning electrification.
Hey!
Um,
20 bucks.
They actually started to talk about how the plan for this is even to start pushing CN and CP to start electrifying.
Hey!
And their end goal is actually to try to have Trans-Canada electrification, or at least in on.
Yeah.
Basically, the Metrolink has Metrolink links. There's a Y in there, and an X. It looks fancy. Their whole goal
Like
is
the
to
animal.
basically, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Metrolink, LINX.
Okay.
Oh, so no Y. Okay.
No, sorry, I'm dyslexic. Anyways, back on the whole, and also I forget how to spell letters sometimes.
Yep. Okay.
Anyways, so back on the whole transit plan. So Go Transit's planning on electrification in a lot of places. Again, trying to push at least for the Toronto Montreal corridor to be electrified. The whole goal is to basically start a domino effect to cause the entire country to lead to it.
Yes.
There's a 10-mile extension eastbound out of Oshawa on the Go Transit Lakeshore East line to Bowmanville. And the idea is to better serve people who live in Peterborough, so they don't have to use the 407, which is a tolled highway, which is owned by a private company after the province built it and sold it off. That's a big, angry issue for Torontonians.
Okay. Yeah.
Next on their list, Toronto's getting a new subway line.
Hey.
Going from, it's basically going to start downtown. It's the planned downtown relief line. It's going from Ontario Place through Osgoode and Queen Station, basically going through the heart of heart of Bay Street, which is basically Canada's Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to go along the Union alignment, and then going to Pape, and then eventually terminating at the Ontario Science Centre for now, which will meet with the Eglinton Crosstown LRT, which is very close to actually a good chunk of it being operational.
Awesome.
Almost.
Awesome.
Almost. That's how usually Toronto rolls.
Oh, Sorry. Oh, right. When you're done with that, I gotta jump onto electrification because I've got two things on that in the corridor thing too. Because I just want to bank some stuff out. It's really good.
So that's Metrolinks. But it is pronounced like the animal Metrolinks. It's about it. And yeah, so who knows what's going to happen? And maybe the replacement for the F40s might be electric locomotives.
The E40.
Via Rail puts a pantograph on top.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not getting
literally
rid
what
of
it's
these
gonna
bad boys.
So no, the
It would be EF40.
F40. Oh, we don't have anything about the F40NG, but that's what the DNS things are going to be called apparently.
Yeah.
No, I do have something
But they're
about.
not even full bodies.
I know. I don't know.
It's
I do
enough.
have something about electrification, though, which is that Indian Railways is planning to withdraw over 2,600 diesels and commit to full electrification of their system.
Wow. Also,
Yeah.
Wait. Also, F40s with regular bodies, like narrow, thinner diesel bodies, are being built.
Can somebody get a picture of the DNS thing?
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll get you a photo.
Sorry, you continue, Ellis.
Yeah, I mean, so there's that. I just wanted to point that out because that's crazy. That's crazy. India has been doing amazing things in the way of trains, I guess. So
the Paris Climate Accords really got on to them about the whole just actually putting an effort in, because China at least is doing something. Meanwhile, India's carbon emissions keep going up and up and up as their population keeps increasing. So it's just they got to do something to try to at least get things going.
Yeah. That's in the next 5 years, dropping almost 2,700 diesels.
Jeez.
That's crazy. And just if we're mentioning China, they put out a prototype gauge-changing train. I haven't looked into this, at all.
Wow.
I'm not sure, I bet you it's going to be a maintenance
So
nightmare.
what we've done with speeders...
Is it trying to go onto Russian broad gauge?
I don't know.
Or is it trying to go down there or into Thailand?
Let me look at it real quick then, if we're having these questions. First was the right guess. So it's developed for cross-border operation between China's 1435mm gauge network and the 1520mm gauge network used in Russia.
To anyone curious.
That thing. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me show the audience. This is literally... Well, there's a better picture of it now, but this is the F40NG.
I no joke expected a 40 with a GP40 back.
Yeah.
I expected a scaled down F40, so I'm disappointed.
It is kind of cute.
It is.
It's disgusting, but it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's not the same as the white pass diesels they got.
Yeah.
The shovel noses are nice.
They're hot.
They didn't get the shovel noses, though. They got the Alcos. Or not
No.
The
The Alcos are still nice.
Yeah. Anyway, U.S. Representative Lloyd Smucker earlier this week introduced legislation that would require Amtrak to transfer ownership of the Keystone East line between Harrisburg and Philadelphia to PennDOT. Why? Because they're disappointed with Amtrak's management, and the repair projects have been consistently delayed and over budget. So they think they can do better.
Trains haven't ran since COVID started.
I think they're back, in some capacity. The Pennsylvanian, at least, is back. But yeah. No, the Keystone Corridor
don't agree with constantly cutting things.
Yeah, the Keystone Corridor has been shuttered. But I just want to throw out there, yeah, okay. You wanna bring the Keystone under PennDOT? Listen, SEPTA doesn't have the best track record.
No, they really don't.
I don't mean to say that Amtrak is a saint over here, but we make fun of SEPTA on the regular.
Yeah,
I've seen photos of SEPTA. It's just I thought the New York subway was dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even that it's dirty.
At least the units, the trains.
Screw up so much.
They're old and decrepit.
Not even. It's just okay. No, hold on. I want everyone to pause this podcast, or when this podcast ends, and go watch There's Your Problem on the SEPTA Regional Rail Meltdown. It's worth a watch. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. That's the other corridor thing I wanted. And the final corridor thing I wanted to talk about, just using corridor as a general term, is that we're looking down the barrel of a $3.3 billion plan that would create a Mexico to Canada rail link. Like a corridor. So, yeah. I don't know exactly what this would do, but they're trying to do that. It would be a connection between Mexico's Sinaloa, maybe, and Winnipeg via the United States. So, it would establish two logistics centers, one in Winnipeg and one near the port of Mazatlan, Mexico, Mazatlan, Mexico.
No.
With terminals to handle containers, automobiles, bulk commodities, and petroleum products.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Is there this? The thing is, people are getting tired of dealing with the Koch brother. One died. It's singular now. The people are tired of dealing with the Koch brothers pipeline leaking every 5 seconds. Because all that does is keep interrupting oil. It's funny enough now rail's more reliable to ship oil.
Hey, I've seen this one before.
Yeah.
It's that Rio Grande narrow gauge.
Oh yeah, that too. Also,
Yeah.
pricing of the bonds for Las Vegas High Speed has been delayed. The $3.2 billion in bonds. The move reflects investor hesitation to finance a project in an uncertain economic climate, which is unsurprising.
That's usually how it goes.
Brightline has until December 1st to sell the bonds under a deadline set by California officials, so they're being a little squeezed here. We might have a hiccup here in Express West, but maybe things will even out. Maybe after the election. Who knows? But also, there was a legal question that put a vote to stop Florida intermodal facility. Basically, they were trying to build an intermodal facility in Florida, and commissioners in Charlotte County voted unanimously against it. But the vote may be moot based on a zoning decision made in 2008. So,
hey, we're gonna kill any chance of economic growth. Okay.
Yeah. So the commissioners don't want it. The railroad obviously wants it, and the Port Charlotte Sun says that lawyers are going into action. The 2008 vote allowing a planned development on a 20-acre site on U.S. Route 17 near Interstate 75 provides the right to build the facility, allegedly. So we'll see about this. Residents of more than 200 homes near the site have mobilized to fight the facility.
200 homes have to be leveled for it to be built?
I don't think so. I think they just live near where it's going to be, and they're upset. Excuse me.
Oh, I can understand if your house is being leveled. Why did you go a little NIMBY? But
this is advanced NIMBY. Also, this is Florida, man. We're talking about. Just want to remind everyone of that.
I once off a Bud Light.
Yeah. All right. What else have we got?
Let's
wrap this thing up.
Amtrak hit someone here in town, unfortunately.
Oh.
That. Need to skip. Okay, it's asking me a whole bunch of questions. But anyway, it happened out on Ellingsworth Road, which is over by our community college out here. And it's just unfortunate. It managed to whip the car in half and just throw the person. It's just sad that it happened, but.
Yikes. They did not survive.
No, they didn't. The rest of the people in the car did, however, survive.
Was the person that died the driver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they may have been the passenger. Yeah.
I'm sad that someone died, but it's also kind of like, oh, good, they got their comeuppance.
I mean, yeah.
There's always the stories, and there's a lot of stories where the driver doesn't die. It's the passengers that die. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the driver has to live with that for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now his rest of his life was 2 seconds.
Yeah. So, Amtrak Gregory does 79 in that area. So.
Oh, get ready for speed reduction.
It's when they're getting out of town and they can just try and gun it on the Valley Main.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that town's gonna. One of their family members is gonna try to fight for a speed reduction, or to make it a horned crossing.
Yeah, is it a
and
quiet
the next
zone?
thing you know, it's a non-horned crossing.
It is a horned crossing.
Okay.
Okay, never mind then.
Can confirm.
More gates, bigger gates.
More gates, bigger gates.
Brighter lights, more lights, mad lights.
But you know what they heard if it was coming down the track? A Valley Mall A.
Uh-oh.
Like the one in Dunsmuir being restored to cosmetically being restored anyway.
What?
So that's pretty cool. They raised about 10 grand of the 50 grand goal, which is good to see Valley Maui's doing work. Especially now that the one from the Squirgs is at Niles Canyon, which I don't even know.
Ooh, you know what else is getting cosmetic restoration?
Oh,
4012.
Nice. Yeah.
What I have always stood by the idea of that this is the most photographed big boy. Well, except for 4014 now, but
Yeah.
4012 at Steamtown is almost done with its cosmetic restoration. Yeah, and 3713 is progressing, of course, slowly but surely. And let's see, I have a second article here, which is particularly about the restoration of the big boy, which they say it's inside. They say inside the shop. I haven't been there, but somehow I doubt this. Oh no! Holy crap! They moved it. Unbelievable. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
I thought I literally looked at this. I looked at this and I thought, oh, clearly they just set up a tent around the big boy. But no, they didn't. They dragged it all the way into that far thing of their shop. I presume they're abating it.
Yeah.
And
I think that's one of the things they're doing.
So
Which
that's
is good.
big news. I mean, we rag on Steamtown a lot, and sometimes they deserve it. But man, when they want to get something done, stuff happens. If only they could do more of that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
especially in the operations department.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Help Steamtown.
yeah.
well, not sure if any of you guys heard it. The V-Rail train that hit a city bus a few years ago?
No.
Mm-hmm. think
In my
there's
city, a V-Rail train, basically a city bus was, its first time driver was actually using a double-decker, was uncomfortable with it, and people were trying to stand on the top deck of the double-decker. My city just got double-deckers at the time.
Mhm.
And basically he's telling them for everyone to get down, so he's distracted, but he's approaching a level crossing. And it's a special as a bus separated road, so it's a it's a BRT road. So they're just used to gunning it along. And as he's driving, he's trying to tell these people to sit down, not paying attention to the fact that the gates are going, and then he rolls onto the crossing, and then the front end of the bus got taken off by a Via train. Via train also came off the track, so there was a massive double-decker. I think those things are almost like 25, 30 tons.
Wow.
Huge buses. But, and then that was a non-horn crossing because it was a suburban area. And then Via Rail's drivers union, or the engineer union of Via Rail's basically said, hey, we don't want to run the Via Rail run to Ottawa if there's no horn at that crossing. So then they put the horn back, and the next thing you know, the NIMBYs were asking for the horn to stop.
I found a picture of it.
Oh yeah, the bus. Yeah.
Here, I'll put the picture in here. It's pretty bad. It got wrecked.
Yeah, the driver died.
Ooh.
Yeah, when my club was my
multi-track drifting.
Well, my model railway club was doing the station because there's a Via station just behind where the shot was taken. I think it's actually shots on the platform. Basically, we made sure not to put the crossing there because if I and a few other people were starting to make like little model buses. So because we have sections, because there's a few other places in Ottawa where national rail lines go beside the transitway. With our bus roads. We call them transitways, because fancy 80s name. But yeah, so basically we just intentionally avoided putting that crossing in because there's some people at our club who find that kind of stuff funny.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's lightning round this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what also is funny? The train at Dollywood caught on fire.
Hilarious.
I want to get enough of the one named Cinderella.
They deserve it.
So maybe it's just that name alone disturbed the fire.
Yeah.
But no, apparently it was a grease fire. So, and it got put out pretty fast, and no one was injured. So that's good.
Ellis said lightning round. So, Jointed Rail released some new models, which they look pretty nice. Jointed Rail models have continually gotten better and better as the years have gone on.
And they started off pretty good.
Yeah. They started off pretty good.
They started off pretty good, but they're getting better now.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know what else
then,
is getting better? The Pikes Peak Cog. Train car.
This is yoink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked about these because Flybolt was complaining they look like buses. Did we
We did talk about them, but this was another article on
Okay.
them.
TBA, you talked about how you can buy virtual locomotives. Now can we talk about how you can buy real ones?
Yeah, because Norfolk Southern sure has plenty for you to look at.
I got you $1.
Yeah.
I got you an SD70 ACU. Well,
Yeah.
you got to be quicker than that.
Y'all want to share a short line?
Yeah.
But
well, I do, but
selling a lot of their SD70 ACUs and
it's just kind of weird because
rebuilds.
we built them like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but they're kind of old now, and plus they're probably just gonna start getting a bunch of tier 4s.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Cool.
Time to eat carbon emissions.
Jader?
I just have two things that I'll wrap up on. I'll start with the Hoosier Valley Railroad Museum.
What about it?
This just says where they're looking to collaborate with the Stark County Park Board. Doesn't really sure what they're. Oh wait, yeah, it doesn't. I'm not entirely sure on what they're wanting to do, but they're wanting to do something. I think to like give an actual destination to their which is great. That's what all tourist lines need, an actual destination.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And then my last piece of news relates to, ironically, it's a British thing.
Full circle.
Major decisions have been made on Steam Engine 551, the Unknown Warrior.
Which is a new build, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a new build.
Very cool. I just want to throw in one more thing while we're here. We have like 4 articles about CN, and there's like earnings and financial stuff and whatever and stonks. But the real things that I want to get into is that people keep sneaking photos of the new CN heritage units. So that's
Yeah.
They look pretty.
it's getting
And
kind
one of
spicy out
them
there.
is pretty hot.
What I find hilarious.
That the mother.
Yeah. What I find hilarious is that Canadian National is making all these heritage units, and they are not telling anyone, like, deliberately, and then foamers keep finding them and snapping pictures of them, and CN management just continues to pretend they don't exist. Like, we don't know what heritage units you're talking about.
What if the paint shop just rebelling?
What if there was just a really good graffiti on it?
Oh, damn, we had an article about an engine that they
Be
painted
like
up
that
in
tire guy
Wabash,
again.
but I deleted it because I figured we wouldn't get to it. Anyway, alright, normally this is the part where we do latest train on Amtrak, but the Amtrakker's been down for a few days. Like, it's still down. So, yeah, rip.
That's strange because it was working for me this morning.
It's not working for me now. It's been spotty then. I don't know. Well,
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rip
Amtrak, maybe it'll be back next week. Next little while.
It's probably the chief anyways.
Yeah.
Probably the
well,
chief.
like I said, my little housekeeping announcement is that I hope to start Loco Royale again in the first week of November. Doing it on Wednesday.
What is Local Royale, Ellis?
Loco Royale is where we put we just did Locomotive Versus, where Jader somehow didn't get creamed. We now have a thing, and we've had it for a while, where we take 5 locomotives and pit them up against one another.
Wow.
And shenanigans and hilarity and disappointment and hating your friends ensues.
This town America's Got Talent.
Yeah, exactly. Except we don't have any celebrity judges.
Locomotives.
It's just me and Weibold.
Back on CN's whole stonk thing, it's the company's attitude is very much just we can do infinite growth forever. It's just like no, you can see it's not how it works. CN, there's a finite amount of growth, and you should build more tracks.
Yeah,
you should build more tracks.
But that's their attitude, and it's not really a healthy business model.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
I may or may not
Heritage
have
units.
first-hand experience.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty. They are pretty. I can't wait to see freaking green and gold ones.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that the second? Isn't that the one of them? Like they got the.
Yeah, they did the Mother Slug pair.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Which is historically accurate, and that's fantastic.
Wait, I gotta see this.
Hold on, I'll put it in the podcast. Here.
It's a historically accurate Yeah, it's a historically accurate heretics unit.
Whoa.
Who knew that could happen?
Oh, they painted an engine that used to be.
Yeah.
And a slug.
Yep. This is a gigantic picture. Holy crap.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yes, this.
Wide picture.
What is that engine hooked up to? Does anybody see that?
I don't know. It's like wired into the. It's wired into a box.
It's hooked up to something that's on a
It's MU to generator.
GP4 -3. -3
Yeah.
electronics, really?
Yeah, they are.
Is there a thing?
I guess.
Oh, it's in Tacoma. What's the Texas train?
Tacoma.
I don't know why that's there.
Game we built.
F-59.
CN should go back to this being green and gold. Change my mind.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't agree, but go ahead.
Fight me.
I don't. It's disgusting. I think it's an awful pair of colors. I will
That
fight
is
you.
not-
I can't wait to see freaking Grand Trunk. Although there's this Grand Trunk engines that never were repainted.
That
anyways,
I'm okay
just
with. Give me some wet noodle.
Give me
I
the
do like
truck.
the.
Blue.
I liked the E&J is gonna be interesting. It's nice to see some UK.
Dude,
frame
look at
wheel.
that! Look at that orange one. It looks like a creamsicle.
It's the E&J.
Yeah. That was their paint scheme.
Yeah, just orange.
CN management.
Orange.
These do not exist. They're
If you
not
didn't
real.
see that orange train,
Why didn't they pull the CP and wrap them until they arrived?
I don't know.
Maybe they ran out of wrap.
The CP ones are funny because they like especially the military ones. They transport them like this.
I remember the CP ones. I remember that
Yeah.
that big reveal. That was a lot of fun. All right. Anyway, we gotta do our
Give me the
terminations. We're almost
reference.
at 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What is
God.
this orange thing? Oh,
It is a Pester. I guess the Pester special has a longer run.
yeah. I guess. Well, it's also been 3 weeks since we did one because I was away in North Adams, but yeah, that's very extremely orange. It's the highlighter train. All right.
Orang.
All right. TBA.
I gotta make dinner.
Same.
my kittens are too cute. I got a couple new kittens.
There.
They're so
Send
cute.
photos, please,
Oh.
or I will steal them.
That link does not work.
The link doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Send cat
Ooh.
photos, or else
You
steal
need-
your cats.
I will put cat photos in the group.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just show the audience that way. All right, Pester.
Cat
What's your
cat
termination?
photo.
I don't know. Come back to me. I got something.
Okay, sure. Hold on, I gotta share this photo of cats. Well, I actually wanted to terminate first by saying, Pester, I apologize for consistently misgendering you through the entire episode.
Oh no, it's fine. You corrected yourself.
Yeah.
If you did it and didn't correct yourself, then I'd have a problem. But you kept
I
correcting
know.
yourself.
I was kicking myself because I was like,
It's okay. It's okay. It takes time.
Yeah. Anyway, I would like to share something that was shared in the group a little while ago. New song by the Blue Oyster Cult. Yes, those people that have the song Godzilla that everybody knows.
Mhm.
It's called
Black holes done.
It's called Florida Man,
Lord of
and
man.
it's so good. It's such a good song. I'm not even joking. Like I listened to it as a joke, and then I was like, oh wow, huh? They made a song that's a joke and good. So listen to it. Everybody should love the Blue Oyster Cult. They're fantastic.
They are
All
great.
right, Milky.
Aw, kitties. I love them.
Kitty.
All right, I got my closing.
Okay.
I got my termination,
All
and
right.
it is this photo of VRL Supercontinental in the 1980s. It is the hodgepodge of paint schemes. I want to tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
That Jeep is a CP Jeep. So that
wait a
means
minute.
there's unit. There's stainless steel coaches. There's Pullmans. There's freaking stainless steel Pullmans. There's everything on this
Wow.
consist. CP, CN.
It's a tourist
Via.
railroad.
This is
That's-
the Canadian version of the Amtrak Rainbow Years, and I love
Yeah.
it.
The Canadian Rainbow Years are just they look pretty.
I really like the Via F units. I was thinking about them earlier.
See, there's a stainless steel Pullman, and then there's a regular Pullman,
Yeah.
there's a Via
And a
Pullman,
half dome.
CN Superdome,
Yeah.
and then there's some. I think those behind that is some XCP sleepers,
Ooh, Superdome.
which
Oh,
is
it is
next to Milwaukee
Superdome.
Road.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was. I looked at it wrong, and it looked like a half dome. All right, Milky.
My termination is the occasion of Basadi Sefer. Because I had to find where it was, and I found it.
Horseman trip.
Yep.
I would go if I wouldn't be thrown off a building.
Yeah.
We just. Yeah. Well,
Or if I wait long enough, no one will know.
that's also true.
Yep.
I was gonna say we put you in a what do you call those things?
Yeah, I know.
And nobody knows anything.
I don't remember.
Head
Half
job?
dome be like.
Yeah, a hijab.
Like a
Good job.
3/4 dome. You know, like
It's
like that.
So cursed.
SP.
Or is hijab just the head?
Or it's
I saw a diagram for this a while ago. All right, we got to wrap up. Jader.
Yeah.
I just linked this documentary or little presentation on the Yosemite Lumber Company that I found earlier today. It was just posted today.
Yeah.
If you got 45 minutes, it's really interesting.
Oh, great! Now you want us to learn?
Yes.
Wow. Who does
All
that?
right.
Boo.
I can't learn when I'm half asleep.
All right. Well, do it when you're all asleep.
The one question that didn't answer is how they got Jays to the top of the mountain. I'll
Helicopter.
leave it at that.
Big cannon.
Chunky helicopter.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in for this.
Yeah.
For the Pester special.
Come back next year. High frequency rail should be under construction by then.
Wow.
I'm gonna actually name this episode
I knocked my headset off.
2020 Pester special. And we'll see you guys hopefully in 2 weeks after Spooky Day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.